Year ago, the entire underworld shook after hearing one terrifying piece of news. The Wolf King was dead. The man who ruled the deadliest assassin organization on Earth disappeared after a failed mission. And from that day onward, every major force celebrated because the monster they feared the most was finally gone. But what nobody knew was that the Wolf King never died. Severely injured and hunted from every side, he abandoned his old identity and returned to Huaxia under the name Jiang Hao. The outside world, he became nothing more than a pathetic live-in son-in-law looked down on by the Feng family, mocked by relatives, insulted by strangers, and treated like absolute trash. But behind that calm expression hides the most dangerous killer alive. While everyone thinks he's weak, Jiang Hao is secretly investigating the truth behind his parents' deaths and fulfilling his father's final wish. And the moment those hidden enemies reveal themselves, the Wolf King will unsheath his fangs once again. This city is about to learn a terrifying truth. The king of killers was never gone in the first place. The story begins from the Cell region in Africa. Here at nighttime, vultures are circling overhead and a full moon has emerged, casting an eerie glow over everything. This place looks less like a military installation and more like the entrance to hell itself. It is the most rampant region for global terrorism and has been termed the forbidden zone of death by governments around the world, the kind of place where even the locals lock their doors twice. Then we are shown a base completely made of iron, rusted and imposing, like a metal beast sleeping in the dark. At the entrance, two terrorists stand guard, probably dreaming of their paycheck or wondering if this shift will ever end. But suddenly, behind one terrorist, like a shadow given form, a killer appears. He places his dagger on that terrorist's neck, and in the next moment, he blows off his head, clean-cut, efficient, the kind of move that takes years to master and seconds to execute. At the same time, another killer slits the throat of the second terrorist and finishes. This all happens within just 1 second, the kind of synchronized violence that would make a choreographer weep with envy. Then after killing both of them, the second man calmly places that terrorist's head on the ground, because leaving body parts lying around is apparently just part of the job, and says, "Boss, something does not seem right. Why are there only 2 guards here along the way?" In response to this, the protagonist says, "Be careful, it really does not seem right." The target indicator shows that the item is just ahead. Then the MC and his companion both open the entrance door and peek inside. Inside, there is an empty space, the kind of empty that screams trap in every language. Then his companion says, "The item is over there. The thing they were searching for was right in front of them." Then they move forward very silently and carefully, like cats on carpet, and try to open the box. They succeed. Both of them carefully look inside to see what treasure awaits them. But suddenly the MC realizes something is terribly wrong. His blood runs cold. Inside the box, there's a time bomb with only 20 seconds left before it explodes, kind of surprise that ruins anyone's day. Then he tells his partner, Red Wolf, "We have to run quickly." But Red Wolf says, "Boss, you go first." And as soon as the MC moves out from the entrance, Red Wolf stays there. Seeing this, the MC says, "What are you doing? Hurry up. We have to get out of here quick." But Red Wolf says, "Boss, you should hurry. You must leave here first, otherwise neither of us will be able to get out." The MC shouts and calls Red Wolf's name, telling him to stop. But now it is already too late. Red Wolf has understood what the MC refuses to accept. Only one of them can survive. So he stays back to close the entrance and shouts, "Boss, you go." Then the timer reaches 0, and at the same time the entrance closes. Then a huge explosion happens, the kind that shakes the earth and leaves nothing but rubble and regret. Because of this explosion, the entire base gets completely destroyed. With this, news spreads across the dark web that Wolf King, who is the leader of the Wolf organization, failed his mission in a small African country and detonated explosive, dying with his body shattered to pieces. Along with this, people on the dark web start chatting among themselves. They are completely shocked, saying how the Wolf King, who is revered as a king of assassins in the assassin world, actually died. Another comment says, "The Wolf King is an S-rank assassin, the globally recognized pinnacle of combat power. What kind of mission did he even go on?" And one user comments, "What a pity. The Wolf organization will probably be thrown into chaos now." On the dark web, the news has spread that the Wolf King is dead. But in reality, the Wolf King is still alive. He comes out from the ruins, dust and debris falling from his shoulders, and says, "I am the Wolf King, revered by the assassin world as the unmatched king of assassins. Yet I encountered an accident during this operation. My teammate Red Wolf sacrificed his life to save me, allowing only me to survive. After this battle, I was heavily injured. However, during the repair and reconstruction of my meridians, I broke through my limit, connected all my meridians, and actually reached the legendary martial arts realm, the transformation realm, the kind of power-up that comes at a price no one should have to pay. Even so, the current me only wants to live the life of an ordinary person. No longer arrogant, I have cancelled my long-dormant life in the mortal world, like a 1,000-year-old turtle hiding my identity. However, there is still one thing that remains like a thorn in my heart, something I cannot let go of. I must complete it." Then the scene shifts to the station exit. After coming out of the station, the MC takes a deep breath. He feels a sense of freedom. There is a smile on his face, and he looks up toward the sky, the smile of a man who has survived death and is still standing. Then after that, he goes to a taxi driver and tells him an address, number 33 Union. The taxi driver understands and says, "All right." After this, the driver starts driving the car fast and says to the MC, young man, judging from your accent, you are not from around here. Coming to visit relative. He also says, yeah, you could say that. Driver further says, trying to climb ties with the Feng family is not that easy, you know. In response, the MC says, oh. The kind of oh that means you have no idea what you're talking about. After some time, they arrive. There are many cars around and the taxi stops directly near the gate where 2 bodyguards are guarding the entrance, the kind of security that says we have something worth protecting. Then the MC is trying to take out money. But the driver says, no rush, I will wait for you. You can pay for the round trip together. In response, the MC says, what do you mean? Then the driver says, you will find out soon. The MC gets out of the taxi and starts walking toward that big gate. And while going, he says, looks like the Feng family has a joyous occasion today. The driver is still sitting in the taxi and whispers, today is a big day for the Feng family, dressed so shabbily. You are obviously here to climb the social ladder with the Feng. If you can even get through the Feng family gates, I will streak naked around Hanjin. The confidence of a man who has never seen a wolf in sheep's clothing. The MC stands in front of the Feng residence and seeing this place he says, this is indeed the place. Then he starts thinking, I need to fulfill my father's dying wish as quickly as possible and then go investigate the incident from back then. That means the MC has come to fulfill his father's last wish, promise made to a dead man, the heaviest kind of promise there is. But then the guards stop him right at the gate and ask, do you have an invitation? In response, he says, what kind of invitation? One bodyguard rudely says, you are not here for the banquet. Then what is your business? So the MC puts his hand into his pocket and says, I am here to see Uncle Feng. Then he shows a photo in which there is a picture of his father and his uncle and says, the man in the photo is my father. As soon as the bodyguards see the photo, they get a little confused and say, there is definitely a resemblance. Then the protagonist takes out another proof, a small box, and says, once Uncle Feng sees the medal of my father, he will naturally understand my identity. As soon as the bodyguard hears this, his tone changes and he respectfully takes that medal. That medal is kept inside that small box and he says, please wait a moment. We will inform the master immediately. The MC also says, all right, okay. Then inside the Feng family, a banquet is going on. Many people have gathered and are enjoying the party and they are talking. Time really flies, one guest says. Another guest says, it feels like just yesterday Yunan was a little girl going to school with her backpack, and now she's getting engaged and married. Then we see Yunan, who is looking very beautiful, and she says, Grandpa, what are you saying? Even if I get married, I will still be a part of the Feng family. Then we are shown the head of the Feng family, Uncle Feng. He stands up and raises a cup of wine and says, distinguished guests, today is the grand engagement day of my daughter Feng Yunan and the eldest young master of the Wen family, Wen Ziying. Then both Yunan and Ziying stand up and also raise the wine cups in their hand. And Uncle Feng is saying, let us all raise our glass and congratulate the 2 young people. And I also wish that the business between our Feng family and Wen family will continue to prosper. Everyone starts cheering and saying congratulations, and they say with a marriage alliance between the Feng and Wen family, they will be able to command the wind and rain in Willing City in the future. Everyone is celebrating happily and also saying, indeed, indeed. But suddenly a bodyguard comes behind Uncle Feng and quietly says, Master, something has come up. Uncle Feng looks at the bodyguard. There is a bit of panic visible on the bodyguard's face. Uncle Feng becomes a little confused and asks, why are you so panicked? What happened? Then the bodyguard shows the MC's father's medal to Uncle Feng and says, Master, there is a young man outside looking for you and he brought. As soon as Uncle Feng sees that medal, he is completely shocked and says, This is someone from the Jiang family. At that moment, Uncle Feng's wife says, what? Someone from the Jiang family? Why did they have to appear at this critical moment? And Uncle Feng's daughter becomes surprised and asks, Mom, what Jiang family? Why did your expression change so drastic? Then her mother explains, back in the day, your father arranged a childhood betrothal for your sister with the Jiang family son, Jiang Hao. As soon as the daughter hears this, she's completely shocked and says, what? Then she says to her grandfather, Grandfather, if the visitor really is the son of the Jiang family, you must stand up for my sister. You cannot let her marry a stranger. Then her grandfather says, all right, don't panic. Jiaming, you go take a look for it. Before leaving, Uncle Feng says, you all stay here and entertain the Wen family for a bit. I will go see the visitor. His wife says, okay then. After this, he comes to meet the MC and the bodyguard also brings him into a room. Uncle Feng says, how? It really is you. There's a lot of happiness on Uncle Feng's face. And he says, I have looked so hard for you all these years. The MC also becomes very happy seeing Uncle Feng and says, I'm late and caused you to worry. Then both of them hug each other, the embrace of 2 men who have lost too much already. Uncle Feng says, it has been years since we last met, and you are already a grown young man now. By the way, is your father doing well? Why did he not? In response, the MC pauses for a moment. His facial expression changes. He becomes sad, and in a sorrowful voice he says, my father passed away 10 years ago because his old injury relapsed. As soon as Uncle Feng hears this, he is completely shocked and becomes sad. He places his hand on the MC's shoulder, lowers his face, and says, it's all my fault. Back then, if it were not for saving me, he would not have been injured. Howie, you must have suffered a lot these past few years. The MC says, it's fine, it's all in the past. He further says, by the way, Uncle Feng, I came this time to fulfill my father's dying wish. He told me to come find you, saying that once I found you, everything would become clear. After hearing the MC's words, Uncle Feng becomes serious and says, your father's dying wish, I understand, it's just that right now. At that moment, Uncle Feng's wife also comes there. Uncle Feng looks at her and says, "Why are you all out?" The Win family affair settled. We see that the entire Feng family has come down. His wife says, "Yes, we arranged for people to see them off." Then Uncle Feng introduces the MC to everyone saying, "Howie, this is your aunt and Yunan. You still remember them, right? You two even played house together when you were kids." As soon as the MC sees Yunan, he becomes happy and says, "Sister Yunan, it's been years since we last met. You have changed so much. I almost could not recognize." Yunan smiles and says, "Hello, my childhood memories are a bit blurry too." But her sister is in a completely different mood. She is angry and says in an irritated tone, "Showing up after more than 10 years and suddenly appearing today of all days, let me ask you, what did you come here for today?" Hearing her words, the MC becomes slightly alert, and just then another person comes who is her brother. He says, "Is there even a need to ask? It's obviously for my sister, trying to climb the social ladder of our Feng family. Let me tell you, keep dreaming. My sister is already engaged to the young master of the Win family." At that moment, Uncle Feng suddenly shouts, "Jiming, shut your mouth." Then Yunan tries to understand what is going on. She becomes a little anxious and says, "Right, Dad, what is going on?" At the same time, the MC also says, "Uncle Feng, what exactly is going on? I came this time for my father's dying wish." After this, Uncle Feng becomes a little serious. First, he lowers his voice and says, "Howie." Then he looks at him and explains, "Back then, your father and I arranged a childhood betrothal for you and Yunan. That is your father's dying wish." As soon as both the male and female hear this, they're completely shocked and say, "What? A childhood betrothal?" The MC looks at his uncle in confusion, and his uncle further explains, "That's right. This is the agreement I made with your father in the past. Consider it a promise." Now the MC understands everything. He starts thinking, so my dad's dying wish was the childhood betrothal. Once you enter the martial world, it is as deep as the sea. Getting married now will only harm myself and others. Then he says, "Uncle, if this is my dad's dying wish, then I wish to cancel this marriage." But the girl's brother does not stay quiet. He shouts, "You rushed over here today just because you found out that my sister and the young master of the Win family are getting engaged, didn't you?" And the girl also says, "That's right. You are just afraid you won't be able to climb the social ladder of our family." At the same time, Uncle Feng is completely shocked and says, "What?" The girl's brother is still shouting, "He is just a beggar. What right does he have to be my brother-in-law?" His father scolds him, impudent. "Apologize to Howie immediately. See how I teach you a lesson." He even raises his hand to hit, but his son says, "Dad, hit me. Then if you have the heart to marry my sister off to a beggar, then just beat me to death." But before the slap can land, his sister steps in front to protect him and says while crying, "Dad, do you really intend to cancel my engagement with the Win family and make me marry Jiang Hao?" Her father says, "That's right. Your marriage to Howie was settled 20 years ago. Cannot be changed." His daughter cries even more and says, "To disregard your daughter's happiness for your own selfish promise. You don't deserve to be a father." Then she runs away crying, and her siblings also follow behind her saying, "Sister, where are you going?" Then Uncle Feng places his hand on the MC's shoulder and says, "Howie, you stay here for now. Take a good shower and get some rest." The MC says, "Uncle Feng, I still think." But Uncle Feng interrupts him and says, "Listen to me. I will figure everything out." Then at night in the Feng family house, the MC is in his room and is cultivated. He says, "At this time every day, I practice the inner breathing mental technique. It allows me to absorb the Kai of heaven and earth, cleanse my meridians, strengthen my internal organs, and sharpen my 5 senses. Right now, I am about to step into the transformation." Then a voice comes from another room, which the MC hears because his hearing ability is many times sharper than an ordinary human, the kind of hearing that turns every whispered secret into a shouted confession. His uncle and grandfather are talking in another room, and the MC is listening. His uncle is saying to his father, "Yes, Howie's father died because of. If he had not been severely injured saving me in the past, his family would not have declined, and there would not be the prosperous Feng family today. Dad, if I break my promise and cancel the engagement, can I still be considered human?" His father replies, "By doing this, you are fulfilling your original promise, but you are making Yunan suffer." Uncle Feng says, "Yunan is my daughter. She will surely understand her father's difficulties in the future." His father says, "Right now, everyone in Willing City knows about the marriage alliance between our Feng and Win families. Canceling the engagement now will definitely trigger the Win family's fury." Feng says, "I will find a way to deal with it." His father says, "I can agree to this marriage, but on 3 conditions." Uncle Feng asks, "What kind of conditions?" His father replies, "First, a 3-month period to observe his character. Second, you cannot help him from the sideline. Third, he must become a live-in son-in-law of our Feng family." Hearing this, Uncle Feng is a little shocked and says, "A live-in son-in-law? Will Howie agree to that?" His father says, "Our Feng family holds a prominent status in Willing City. How could we marry off our eldest daughter to a poor boy with absolutely no back?" Then Uncle Feng agrees and says, "Fine, since that's the case, I will go talk to Howie." Meanwhile, in the other room, the MC continues cultivating while listening to everything. He understands everything and thinks, "Uncle Feng has put a lot of thought into this for my sake. I cannot make things difficult for him anymore." After this, his uncle comes near his room, knocks on the door and asks, "Howie, have you thought it through?" The MC stands up and wears his shirt. On his chest, there is a tattoo which is the mark of the Wolf King, a reminder of who he really is, hidden beneath the facade. He says, "Not yet, Uncle Feng, please come in." Then both of them start talking face to face. Uncle Feng says, "How about your marriage with Yunan?" The MC says, "Uncle Feng, I will not make things difficult for you. I will agree to whatever you say." Hearing this, Uncle Feng becomes happy and says, "Really, Howie? You can marry into the Feng family as a live-in son-in-law." The MC says, "Yes, I agree." Hearing this, Uncle Feng becomes a little emotional and says, "My boy, Uncle Feng is sorry to." But the MC smiles and says, "Uncle Feng, you are being too serious." Uncle Feng says, "All right, get some good rest. I will go make the arrangements." Then his uncle starts leaving the room, and while looking at his uncle's departing shadow, the MC thinks, in order not to make things difficult for Uncle Feng, I can only agree to it for now. As for 3 months later, I will leave home. I will have long left this city by then. The kind of plan that sounds simple but never works out that way. After this, the scene shifts to another place, the Win family. There, the head of the Win family, Win Feng, slams his hand on the table and shouts, "What? Cancel the engagement. The engagement ceremony is in 3 days. You are not joking with me, are you?" Uncle Feng remains serious and says, "I hope brother understands my After all, a promise was made for. You would not want me to be a person who breaks his word and abandons righteousness, would you?" But Win Feng's whole body is trembling with anger, he says. "Then you can just make a fool out of my Win family and turn us into a laughingstock for everyone in Willing City." Uncle Feng says, "Since things have come to this, to express my apology, the Feng group will withdraw from the Nanchang district project." But even then, Win Feng's anger does not calm down. He shouts again, "Do you take my family for 3-year-olds? Giving us a slap and then offering a sweet. The Win family won't just let this go. We will definitely make your Feng family pay the price." Then he angrily leaves and Uncle Feng says, "See the guest out." After that, the scene shifts again and we see a cyber cafe. In the cyber cafe, many people are present. Some are playing games, some are working, and some are enjoying themselves. The MC is also there. He has come to clear some things, to investigate something. He is rapidly typing on the keyboard, searching for information. On the computer screen, there is an image of a butterfly and a news headline. "XXX trade employees published XXX info news." He is thinking. On the screen in front of him, there is a photo of an old man. It is written that an overseas grandmaster and the southern first master known as the Eastern Roaming Dragon has had a global kill order issued on him by the close family with a bounty of $200 million US. The MC thinks he is an S-rank martial arts grandmaster. He is worth this price, but why is he being hunted down? So that's why. Then he sees another news. A female student from a certain Huaxia university was raped and murdered, and the suspect was a direct descendant of the close family. This descendant also sent people to assassinate the female student's mother, who kept trying to file a lawsuit. Panam could not stand by, so he assassinated the descendant along with over a dozen of his personal bodyguards. The MC thinks Panam has a deep-seated hatred for evil, truly worthy, being my master's close friend. But then he sees something that makes his mouse freeze. His eyes stop on the computer screen. He sees the leader of the Wolf organization, the Wolf King, has fallen. The number 4 figure of the Wolf organization, Cadius, has become the new generation's leader of the Wolf. This means that the leader of the Wolf organization has already changed. At this moment, the MC recalls how he and his close teammate fell into a trap. He tried to escape the blast, but his teammate sacrificed himself to save him. The explosion was massive. Remembering this, the MC becomes extremely angry and thinks, "What's going on? After my death, the number 2 figure, Lone Wolf, should have been the one to succeed." Then he stands up, becoming serious, and takes a name, Cadius. He thinks, "That mission must have been a setup by someone. I want to see who the traitor in the Wolf organization. Rest assured, Red Wolf, I will definitely find out the truth and avenge you." And on that same night, under the silver moonlight, the MC comes out of the internet cafe and starts walking forward. He is thinking, "I will stay here a few more days to track down clues and take some time to familiarize myself with the environment." As he moves ahead, suddenly a car stops right in front of him. The MC gets a little surprised. Just then, 2 thugs come out of the car. They look at the MC and say, "Buddy, do us a favor and come with us." Then both of them pull out daggers and start smiling, showing them to the MC. But they have no idea who the MC really is or what he is capable of, the kind of mistake that usually ends with a hospital visit. One of the thugs comes closer to the MC and says, "Kid, if you dare to resist again, I will stick a white blade in and pull a red blade out." The MC thinks, "Looks like they are just ordinary thugs. I cannot expose my identity let's see what they want to do first." So the MC pretends to cooperate. He raises his hands and says, "You two, let's talk this out. Don't use violence." The other thug says, "Quietly get in the car." As the car door opens and the MC looks inside, he sees that there is already another hostage sitting inside. She is a girl. Her mouth is taped shut and she is crying. She has also been kidnapped, a complication he hadn't planned for. Then all of them get into the car and one thug takes out a rope to tie the MC. But before that, the MC says, "Guys, if you're robbing me, I only have $300 in my pockets. I can give it all to you." But the thug says, "Shut up, don't try any tricks. We are not grabbing you for your $300. Hearing this, a faint smile appears on the MC's face, the smile of a predator who has just realized he's been surrounded by prey. He looks at them and says, "If not for money, then why are you grabbing me?" The other thug replies, "Don't ask so many questions. You will find out when we get there. After it's done, we will even give you a large sum of money." Hearing this, the MC becomes slightly surprised, but he continues to cooperate with them. The thugs make him sit inside the van and take him somewhere else. But they have no idea what is about to happen to them or to the person behind all of this, the kind of ignorance that usually precedes catastrophic regret. The next scene shifts to another place. This place is actually the same girl's house, the girl who was kidnapped earlier. Inside the house, several elders are sitting together. Her grandfather, father, and uncle are all gathered there with tense expressions on their faces. The kind of tension that comes from realizing someone you love is in danger and you can't do anything about it. Then the grandfather suddenly asks, "Have you found anything yet? Did you figure out who kidnapped?" Immediately, someone answers from the front, "I already contacted all of my connections and friends, but none of them know anything." Right at that moment, another man suddenly stands up in panic. Then the old man says in a serious voice, "We must prepare for both possibilities. We need to find the kidnappers and the reason behind this immediately." At the same time, the slightly fat man beside him also rises from his chair and says, "Dad, several major projects in the company are in their final stages right now. We really don't have 500 million available on the book." The old man narrows his eyes and asks, "Then what do you suggest we do?" The fat man immediately replies, "Negotiate with the kidnappers and lower the ransom to 100 million. The moment he says that, the man standing beside him becomes furious. He looks completely shocked and shouts, "What are you saying, irresponsible older brother? If it wasn't my daughter Yao who got kidnapped, but your son Feng instead, would you still say the same thing?" That makes it clear that the glasses-wearing man is Yao's father, a man whose world has just been turned upside down. But the fat man coldly answers, "Even if Feng were kidnapped, I would still do exactly the same thing." Hearing those words, Yao's father becomes extremely angry. However, before the argument can continue, the grandfather suddenly slams his hand onto the table and roars, "That's enough. Stop arguing." Then he says firmly, "No matter what method we use, find a way to gather the 500 million. Money is just money, but if she's gone, then she's truly gone." The kind of wisdom that only comes from age and loss. After that, the scene shifts toward the kidnappers' hideout. Their vehicle drives through the giant gate of an abandoned factory-like area. The place is completely isolated and eerie, the kind of location that movies use for final showdowns and bad decisions. Then the kidnappers drag both the kidnapped MC and the girl out of the car. The MC quietly observes the surrounding. He remains silent the entire time, cooperating calmly without resisting. Right after that, the cloth covering Yao's mouth gets removed. The moment the tape comes off, the poor girl immediately screams in fear, "Help, I'm being kidnapped." But honestly, the girl is foolishly panicked. They brought her to a completely deserted place. Nobody can hear her here, and nobody is coming to save her. The harsh reality of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Then one of the kidnappers licks his lips in a disgusting way and says, "If you keep screaming, I'll strip you naked right now." He deliberately threatens her in a horrifying tone, basically implying that he will violate her before killing her. Hearing that, the girl becomes even more terrified and hurriedly says, "Don't come near. If you dare try anything, I'll bite my tongue off and kill myself." The poor girl is already trembling with fear, yet the kidnapper continues scaring her even more. We love it when they don't move. Then we can do whatever we want with. The guy is a complete pervert, the kind of scum that gives humanity a bad name. But at that moment, another one of his companions walks over and says, "Stop talking nonsense and focus on business." Then the kidnapper grins and says, "All right, boss. My video shooting skills are top-notch." After that, they bring out a camera. The frightened girl immediately asks, "What are you planning to film?" Then she nervously says, You want to film a murder video to terrorize the Jiang family into giving you the ransom." The boss smirks and replies, "You're quite smart, little girl." Hearing that, the girl angrily curses at them. "You animals, you're all unbelievably cruel." Soon after, one of the kidnappers walks toward the MC while holding a dagger. Then the MC calmly asks him, "Didn't you say you would give me a large amount of money after this was done? Why are you going back on your word?" The kidnapper laughs mockingly and replies, "Don't worry. Once you're dead, we'll definitely burn a massive amount of hell money." Then he bursts into laughter again, the kind of laugh that comes from someone who has no idea they're already dead. Right after that, the MC gets tied tightly to a giant iron pillar. The filming officially begins. The girl is already terrified out of her mind. She hurriedly tells the MC, "Hurry and beg for mercy, otherwise they'll kill you." But instead of feeling threatened, the kidnapper becomes even happier and says, "You're actually not afraid. I respect you as a real man. I can help pass on your last words, but it won't be free. You'll have to give me all your money." Even at a time like this, the bastard is still obsessed with money. Just how poor and greedy is this guy? Then the MC coldly says, "I did not want to resort to killing. Why must you court death?" The kidnapper immediately bursts out laughing. Is this guy really a complete idiot, bargaining shamelessly at death's door? None of them realize who the MC truly is, the most dangerous kind of mistake. Then the MC calmly says, "I agree." The kidnapper looks confused and asks, "You agree to what?" The MC replies, "The last word's fee, except you will be the one paying me." The kidnapper laughs while patting the MC's shoulder and says, "He's so stupid. I don't even have the heart to kill him anymore." At that moment, their boss suddenly stands up from his chair. He is holding a massive machete in his hand. "Then let me do it." In the next second, he charges forward violently. Meanwhile, another thug shouts excitedly. When second brother gets angry, even the king of hell trembles. Then the boss swings the machete directly toward the MC. Seeing this terrifying scene, the girl tightly shuts her eyes in fear. But only 1 second later, she slowly opens them again, and the sight before her completely shocks her. In the very next moment, the MC throws a devastating punch directly into the attacker's face, instantly shattering all of his teeth. The man gets blasted backward and crashes onto the ground unconscious. All of the other thugs are completely stunned. Second brother is dead. Just a single punch, the MC completely destroyed him. the kind of force that makes you question everything you thought you knew about fighting. Immediately after that, another man pulls out a gun and shouts, "Brothers, I'm going to shoot this bastard dead." But right at that moment, something falls near the MC's feet. The MC instantly kicks the piece of metal lying on the ground. The iron fragment shoots forward at terrifying speed and slams directly into the gunman's hand. A single instant, the thug's hand gets horribly mangled. Blood sprays everywhere and the gun falls from his grip. At the same time, several more armed thugs rush forward to attack the MC. One of them fires immediately, but the MC's reaction speed is unbelievably fast. He rushes toward them while dodging the bullets effortlessly, the kind of agility that makes you wonder if he's even human. Then in a single movement, he attacks one thug's neck and drives his hand directly through the man's chest. The second thug becomes terrified, but before he can even react, the MC thrusts his hand straight through another man's chest as well. The bald thug standing nearby is completely horrified. He cannot even react properly to what's happening. Then suddenly he feels an overwhelming pressure. Trembling in fear, he asks, "WH, who exactly are you?" And in the next instant, the MC suddenly appears directly behind him like a ghost. In a cold, evil-like voice, he says, "My name is not something you are worthy of knowing." Before the bald man can react, the MC grabs his head and slams it violently into the ground. After that, the MC casually takes all of his money as well. "Oops, I only collected the last word's fee, but forgot to ask for it first." Then he steps directly on the bald man's face, the kind of casual cruelty that only the truly powerful can afford. At that moment, Yao's voice suddenly calls out to him, "Hey, could you please come over and untie these ropes for me?" Without saying a word, the MC casually throws a knife. The knife flies straight through the air and perfectly cuts her ropes apart. The girl is completely shocked by his terrifying accuracy. After that, the MC immediately starts walking away without saying much. From behind him, the girl hurriedly says, "Thank you." But the MC coldly replies, "There is no need to thank me. Don't tell anyone I was here." He clearly wants to hide his identity, the mark of a man who lives in the shadow. After saying that, the boy simply leaves. Sometime later, police and emergency vehicles arrive at the scene. Yao has already been rescued and is now sitting beside an ambulance wrapped in a blanket. Soon, her grandfather and father arrive as well. The moment her grandfather sees her safe, he becomes emotional. The girl immediately runs into her grandfather's arm. Tears fill her eyes as she cries uncontrollably, the release of all the fear she had been holding in. At that moment, a police officer walks over and asks, "Miss Jean, what kind of person killed these kidnappers and saved?" The girl first wipes the tears from her eyes before replying, "He was masked. I didn't see his face." The officer continues, "Then what was his build like?" The girl calmly answers, "Chubby and short. He should be a middle-aged man in his 40s. From behind her, the grandfather nods and supports her statement. Yes, she's protecting her savior, even from the law, a debt of honor she intends to repay. After that, the scene shifts once again. Very late at night, the girl has already returned home. Her grandfather is now sitting across from her. Then the old man slowly begins questioning, "Yao Yao, I watched you grow up. I understand your temperament and personality better than anyone. You lied to the police today, didn't you?" The girl lowers her head slightly and says, "I actually saw my savior's face, but he saved me. I cannot repay kindness with betrayal and enmity." The grandfather nods slowly and says, "It is naturally a good thing that you kept your promise and understand how to repay kindness." Then his expression becomes serious. "But Grandpa also needs to remind you, our Jean family is a prestigious family." It's still unclear whether that savior rescued you out of pure confidence or if he has some alternative motive. The girl quietly responds, "Grandpa, I understand." The old man then says gently, "You've had a difficult day today. Go back to your room and rest early." After that, the girl returns to her room. She closes the door behind her and leans against it silently. Then she falls deep into thought. Did he really have some alternative motive in saving? Meanwhile, after Yao leaves, another man walks over toward the old man and says, "Elder Jean." The old man immediately orders, "Starting tomorrow, you will personally be responsible for protecting Yao's safety. There cannot be a single mistake." The man respectfully nods. "Rest assured, Elder Jean. Do you have any other orders?" The old man's face turns serious again as he says, "Secretly investigate who exactly killed those kidnappers and saved Yao." Meanwhile, on the other side, the MC is rapidly running through the streets at incredible speed. He's using his movement technique and lightness skill called Scheming Shadow Step. His body moves like a shadow in the night, and within a short amount of time, he arrives near his future father-in-law's house. Then he opens the gate and walks inside. The moment he enters, his future in-laws are already sitting there waiting for the kind of reception that suggests they've been waiting specifically to confront him. Suddenly, the young man there immediately shouts angrily, "Grandpa, does Jiang Hao really take our Feng family seriously? He just entered our doors yesterday, and today he dares to come back this late." The MC calmly replies, "Do the Feng family rules specifically stipulate a return time at night?" Hearing that, his future brother-in-law becomes even angry. But before he can continue, Uncle Feng suddenly says, "Insolent. Even though Howie hasn't married your sister yet, you should still call him brother-in-law. How can you be so rude?" But the future brother-in-law angrily yells back, "A poor boy with no education and no background. What qualifications does he have to become my brother-in-law? Compared to Brother Zhaiming, he's like a firefly trying to outshine the bright moon." Then he continues arrogantly, "You probably don't even know this, do you? Brother Zhaiming's godfather is the leading authority of Willing City's underworld, Lord Lei. Right now, our Feng family has made the Win family a complete joke throughout Willing City. Do you think Lord Lei won't help his own godson get revenge?" Uncle Feng's expression turns serious. As he says, the underworld rumors are almost certainly true. After saying that, his son snorts coldly and storms away from the room. At the same time, Aunt Feng also glances coldly at the MC before leaving as well. Only Uncle Feng stays behind. Then he walks over, pats the MC's shoulder and says gently, "Howie, don't take it to heart. Even if what Jiaming said is true, Uncle Feng will still do his best to ensure that you are not harmed in the slightest." The MC calmly replies, "Thank you, Uncle Feng. Thank you for your good intentions, but I'm not afraid of people like Lord Lei. If they truly dare to come looking for trouble, I will make them regret it." The moment those words come out, the old grandfather immediately scolds him loudly. Young people should know when to be humble and when to be arrogant. If you lose your life, there will be no place left for regret. Coming back this late like today must never happen again. As the MC starts walking away, he calmly says, "If speaking facts is considered arrogance, then I have nothing more to say. Uncle Feng, I'll return to my room first." Then he leaves. After that, only the old man and Uncle Feng remain in the room. Uncle Feng sighed softly before saying to his father, "Dad, Howie is still young and proud. Please don't take it to heart." But the old man's expression becomes heavy as he says, "I only hope this child coming into our Feng family will not become a disaster for the Feng family." The next morning arrives. The city looks calm and beautiful under the early sunlight, the kind of deceptive peace that hides all the chaos underneath. At this moment, the MC is standing outside a house gate while quietly thinking. There's no mistake. This is where Red Wolf's family used to live. Then he frowns slightly. Why is nobody home? Just then, a nearby shop owner auntie notices him. She's sitting outside on a chair near her small store. Then she says, "Young man, you came too late. Their family moved away over a year ago." Hearing that, the MC becomes slightly surprised. He walks closer and politely asks, "Ma'am, do you know where they moved to?" The woman is carrying her child in her arms while replying, "I don't know about that, but there's a girl nearby who is very close to their family. She might know." Then she looks at him again and says, "It's just that the girl has only been coming back once every 10 days or half a month recent." After hearing that, the MC immediately takes out a thick stack of cash and hands it to her. "In that case, ma'am, when that girl comes back, please give me a call." The moment she sees the money, the woman happily grabs it and smiles brightly. All right, no problem at all." Money truly can change people's attitudes instantly. The universal language that opens doors nothing else can. After that, the MC quietly stands there for a moment and falls into deep thought. Why would Red Wolf's family suddenly move away so mysteriously? Then he slowly starts walking away while thinking, could it be related to the attack on Red Wolf and me? The question hangs in the air like a storm cloud, promising answers that won't come easily. Soon the scene shifts toward a luxurious hotel building. Inside one of the rooms, Jiaming is currently with another woman after spending the night together, the kind of behavior that suggests he's not as devoted to his fiancée as he pretends. At that moment, knocking sounds suddenly come from the door. The morning sunlight streams through the curtains, illuminating a scene that's about to get much more complicated. Jiaming wakes up irritably and curses. Who's the blind idiot disturbing good people while we're having sweet dreams this early in the morning? The kind of anger that comes from someone who thinks the world revolves around his schedule. Then he walks over and opens the room door. Standing outside is one of his men, Jing. Jiaming immediately asks, "Is there any news regarding the matter I told you to investigate?" The man quickly reports that the kid's name is Jiang Hao, a high school dropout. His father was Feng's former comrade in arms. After his father died from illness and injuries, his mother abandoned him and the kid disappeared without a trace. The kind of backstory that explains everything and nothing at the same time. Then he continues, "Rumors say he smuggled himself overseas to work illegally. Since he suddenly appeared now, he must have found out about your engagement with Miss Feng." The moment Jiaming hears that, his face twists with rage. He clenches his fists tightly and grits his teeth while saying, "That lowlife trash is worse than a toad. He's a cockroach, a piece of shit." The insults keep coming, each one more desperate than the last. Then Qingzi asks coldly, "Young Master Win, how about I quietly finish him off?" But Jiaming waves his hand and says, "Let's try peaceful measures before resorting to force. I want to go see Yunan first." The kind of restraint that won't last very long. Soon after that, Jiaming arrives to meet Yunan. The two of them sit together quietly while drinking tea. However, the girl looks slightly sad, the sadness of someone caught between obligation and desire. Then she softly asks, "Brother Jiaming, what's the matter? Why did you ask me out today?" Jiaming stares directly at her before asking, "Yunan, are you really going to listen to your father's arrangement and marry that perfect stranger?" The girl lowers her head slightly before replying, "Jiang Hao's father died early while trying to save my father. This is what our Feng family owes the Jiang family." Before she can continue, Jiaming suddenly stands up and says emotionally, "Yunan, let's elope. Once everything is done, we can come back later." But Yunan immediately lowers her head even more and softly says, "No, that would make my dad look unrighteous. My father values promises more than anything. Doing that would basically kill him." The weight of filial duty crushing the wings of love. Zia clenches his teeth tightly. "Then what about me? If the Win family's engagement gets broken off by the Feng family, wouldn't that become the biggest joke in all of Willing City? Tell me who will compensate me for that." The girl's eyes slowly become red as she says, "Brother Jiaming, I apologize to you on behalf of my dad." Then tears begin falling from her eyes as she turns around and starts leaving. "Our relationship ends here. You should accept reality too." Jiaming remains standing there while grinding his teeth in anger. But then he suddenly picks up his phone, dials a number, and coldly says, "Qingxi, execute Plan B." But what exactly is Plan B? Nobody knows yet, the kind of mystery that usually ends with someone in a hospital. After that, the scene shifts once again. Late at night, the MC suddenly receives a call from the same shop owner lady. Excitedly, she says, "Young man, come quick. That girl is back." The moment the MC hears that, he immediately replies, "Thank you, ma'am, I'll be right there." After hanging up, he quickly changes clothes and rushes downstairs. At that moment, Uncle Feng is downstairs drinking tea. Seeing him leave so late, Uncle Feng asks, "Howie, where are you going at this hour?" The MC calmly replies, "Uncle, I'm going out for a run." At midnight, the kind of excuse that fools no one but is accepted anyway. Then he immediately leaves. Outside, he stops a taxi. The driver asks, "Buddy, where are you headed?" The MC answers, "Ping Road." The driver nods, "All right, get in." But the moment the MC enters the taxi, he notices another rough-looking man already sitting inside. Then the taxi driver awkwardly explains, "Sorry, buddy. The taxi industry is in a slump right now, so I'll be picking up another passenger along the way." The kind of excuse that might be true but probably isn't. Soon the taxi starts moving. However, after some time, it feels like the driver is taking a completely different route. The MC's eyes narrow slightly as he asks coldly, "Where exactly are you guys heading?" The question hangs in the air like a blade waiting to fall. Inside the taxi, the main character looked confused as he questioned the three guys riding with him. He asked, "We're just giving this big guy a ride home. His place is really out of the way. This doesn't look like Nanjing North on Menjiang Road at all. What is this place? Who are you people, really?" The thug in the front seat turned around with a smirk that could curdle milk and replied, "Fine, we'll be straight with you. Our boss wants to see you. Relax, we're almost there." The kind of relax that means exactly the opposite of relax. Taxi pulled up to a massive, luxurious mansion illuminated against the night sky. The kind of place that screams, "I have money and I'm not afraid to use it to intimidate." As our MC stepped out of the cab, the driver told him, "Boss's orders, you go in alone." Unfazed, the MC walked toward the grand double doors where a burly guard warned him, "Don't worry. As long as you behave, our boss won't lay a finger on you." The MC confidently pushed the doors open, stating, "I'd like to see who's so eager to meet, because when you've got nothing to lose, you've got nothing to fear." Inside the lavish room, he found a man in a crisp white suit casually sipping wine on a sofa, flanked by a massive bald bodyguard who looked like he'd been eating steroids for breakfast. The MC glared at them and demanded, "Who are you people? I don't know any of you." The man in the white suit swirled his wine like a villain in a bad movie and arrogantly replied, "Maybe you don't know us, but we know you. You're Yunan's fiance, the Feng family's future live-in son-in-law." He said live-in son-in-law like it was a disease he was diagnosing. Taking another sip, he listened as the MC asked, "So what do you want?" The MC stepped closer, figuring it out. "I get it now. I know who you are, so tell me, why drag me out here and tie me up?" The white suit guy stood up, looking furious as he belittled the MC. "What part of you is worthy of Yunan? Broke loser like you wouldn't even get to stand near her if not for Uncle Feng. If she marries trash like you, it'll be the biggest humiliation of Yunan's entire life." He then delivered a sinister ultimatum. "Leave one finger, then get out of Yunan's life. Go back to whatever hole you crawled out of and never show your face again." Kind of negotiation that starts with mutilation and only goes downhill. Instead of being scared, the MC just smirked, his eyes glinting dangerously like a wolf who just realized the sheep are actually rabbits. He challenged, "And if I refuse?" The white suit guy lost his temper, shouting, "Then don't blame us for getting rough. Kaingzi, teach him some manners." The massive bald bodyguard, Kaingzi, angrily cracked his knuckle, the sound of someone about to make a terrible mistake. Wan Jiming, the guy in the white suit, watched in absolute horror as the bowing thug revealed to him, "Aren't you Zairosu, Uncle Feng's driver and bodyguard? The head of the family saw you rush out and worried you might be in danger, so he sent me to shadow you." The plot twist no one saw coming, not even the guy who planned the kidnap. Wan Jiming was left trembling, sweating bullets and looking completely pathetic as the scene implied he had wet himself in fear, with a sensor icon conveniently placed over his body, quietly whimpering, The mighty had fallen, and fallen hard. The MC glared back at him with glowing red eyes, realizing the setup. So this is it. And Uncle Feng actually sent him to protect, he thought to himself, concluding. Two thugs stepped forward, looming over the MC in the shadows as one said, "Enough talk, come with me into the yard." Outside, another thug was busy digging a massive grave-like pit near the taxi, because nothing says we're reasonable people like pre-dug holes. As the MC stood near the edge of the freshly dug earth, the thug with the shovel taunted, "Kid, the road to heaven is wide open, but you didn't take. Hell has no gate, yet you chose to break in." Bald thug and his buddy stood behind the MC, threatening, "You jumping in yourself, or do we have to toss you?" The MC simply facepalmed and sighed, "I had no intention of killing anyone. Why are you so desperate to die?" The confidence of a man who knows exactly how this is going to end. Enraged, the thug raised his shovel high to strike him from behind, screaming, "You're still mouthing off when you're about to die. Go to hell." In a flash of shadowed action, the MC effortlessly dodged the attack. With brutal force, he intercepted the strike, sending the thug flying backward with a censored burst of blood, the kind of hit that makes you reconsider all your life choices. A third thug tried to ambush the MC from above, but without even looking, because he's that good, the MC launched a powerful backward kick, sending the airborne attacker flying across the yard like a ragdoll. Trying to salvage their pride, the bald guy and a knife-wielding thug stepped up, declaring, "Didn't think you had some move, but this is as far as you go. Drain this punk's blood and let him lie here waiting for death." Another thug immediately lunged at the MC with a sharp spike, but the MC calmly caught the attacker's wrist mid-thrust like he was grabbing a coffee cup. He then grabbed the thug by the face, lifting him effortlessly before brutally slamming him face first into the dirt, shattering the ground beneath. The sheer force of the attack created a giant crater, sending the bald guy and his crew tumbling into the pit they had dug for someone else. Suddenly, a newly arrived thug bowed down before the MC in complete panic, pleading, "Be big bro, this is all a misunderstanding. It was all young Master Wan's. No, that bastard Wan Jiming's idea. We can talk this out." The speed at which he threw his boss under the bus was almost Olympic. "Then I don't need to dirty my hands any further, do I? The wisdom of knowing when to stop is the wisdom of survivor." But the irony was not lost on anyone still conscious. Terrified out of his mind, the bald thug scrambled on the ground, screaming, "No, no." In a desperate act of submission, he grabbed a heavy rock and violently smashed it into his own forehead to knock himself out, because sometimes the safest place is unconsciousness. The thugs completely neutralized and trapped in the crater they had dug, poetry in motion. Really. The MC casually walked away with his hands in his pockets, leaving the destroyed yard and his defeated enemies behind in the dead of night. MC's just been wandering around quietly doing chores, and by chores I mean he buried all the bodies in a pit, covered them with dirt, and is now just sitting on a chair on top of the buried corpses completely relaxed. Sayu is face down on the ground nearby like a forgotten side character. Sayashu slowly regains consciousness, still dizzy, and the first thing MC says is, "Sashu, you drove here, right?" Then calmly adds, "Take me to Shioing Road." And Zayu just nods like, "Oh, okay, no questions, no looking at the suspiciously fresh dirt, just vibes in denial." He nervously looks around though, so there's some awareness, and asks, "What about those guys?" MC answers calmly, "They left, bro, they left." That's the official explanation. Sashu blinks in confusion but doesn't ask anything else, which is honestly the most realistic response. Sometimes you just don't want to know. He drives MC to the destination. MC says, "You can go ahead. Don't follow me," in a serious tone, and Sashu nods. Respectful, a little scared, correct instinct. Then MC walks toward that same old woman from earlier, and the moment she sees him she immediately goes, "Young man, why are you only arriving now? That girl has already been back for quite a while. She's been waiting to deliver this update like it's neighborhood watch, but make it supernatural." MC just politely nods, says, "Got it, thank you ma'am," and walks to the girl's house. Knock knock, door opens. A young girl steps out and asks who he's looking for. MC looks at her carefully and goes, "You must be Sungsin, right?" And she freezes for a second before hitting him with, "You have the wrong person. I don't know any Sun Xian. My guy just said Sun Xian like she's trying to misdirect a scam." But MC calmly continues, "I'm your brother's best friend Jiang Hao," and slowly takes out a jade pendant. The moment she sees it, her expression changes. She instantly recognizes. Worry fills her face. "Where is my brother right now?" MC goes silent for a moment, then forces a small smile and says, "Your brother is currently very busy. Can't return for now because of work, so he asked me to check on you." And she instantly relaxed, "As long as big brother is okay." Then she quickly moves aside, apologizes for being rude earlier, and invites him in. The timing on this is incredible. She has no idea. The moment MC steps inside, he notices an old woman lying sick in bed, looking extremely weak. He frowns slightly. "Why don't I see your younger brother, son?" The girl's expression immediately dark, lazy. But before she can finish, someone suddenly rushes in panic, some young man named Dong Gi, yelling, "Sister Zen, this is bad. Something happened to brother Lei." The girl tells him to calm down and take a breath first. She's somehow the most composed person. He then asks what happened. Dong Gi explains that brother Lei's business was doing perfectly fine, but another boss in the fresh produce market came looking for trouble, claimed Lei was monopolizing the market, demanded 1 million in compensation, and told him to get out. Lei refused. They started arguing, and then Dong Gi's face turns ugly as he adds, "Who knew the person backing them would be Black Panther?" The moment the girl hears that name, her face goes pale. This is somehow the 7th time this week a random antagonist has been named after an animal. Scene shifts. Now the three of them are sitting inside a van. As they drive, the girl explains everything. A year and a half ago, their mother became seriously ill, so Sunlei had no choice but to take a high-interest loan from the black market. She clenches her fists, but they tampered with the loan contract, and now they can't even afford the interest anymore. Her voice turns bitter as she says, "Black Panther runs the loan shark business." The van stops in front of a luxurious entertainment venue called Passion Flying Bar, which sounds like a name someone thought was cool at 2 a.m. and never questioned. They step out. MC tells Dong Gi to wait outside. Dong Gi hesitates, but the girl quickly says it's dangerous inside. Dong Gi, just listen to brother Jiang. Reluctantly, he agrees. Then MC and the girl enter the bar. The moment they step inside, countless eyes turn toward them. The atmosphere is chaotic. Music blasts loudly, women laugh while spending other people's money. Cash flies through the air, drinking, shouting, fighting, everything mixed together. Nearby, a brutal fight is happening. One muscular man beats a bald man badly, before finally knocking him down, and cheers instantly erupt. Meanwhile, inside a private area, loud laughter echoes. A bald man sits comfortably on a sofa puffing on a cigar, and across from him sits a well-dressed man in a suit calmly drinking wine. The bald man grins arrogant. "Old Jen, I heard the karate master you hired from Japan at a huge price is pretty strong, right?" The suited man smiled. "He really is." Just then, one of the bald man's lackeys rushes over. "Brother Bao, son's sister is here." The bald man waves lazily. Let her in. The thug brings both the girl and MC over. The girl immediately bows respect. Brother bow. The bald man leans back arrogantly. Cut the crap. Pay the money or say goodbye to Sunlay's tendon. MC calmly steps forward. Brother bow, we're here to resolve the debt issue. There's no need for violence. Instantly, one of the thugs steps up aggressively. Kid, are you tired of living? How dare you address Brother Bao like? But before he can act, Brother Bao suddenly stands up and says, wait. He slowly walks toward MC, cigar still in his mouth, looks him up and down and goes, fine. Tell me, how exactly do you plan to resolve this? His tone turns threatening. If I'm not satisfied, you'll die miserably. MC remains completely calm. Loan sharking is illegal. Lei never borrowed that much money. I'll give you 50,000 and we write off the debt. As for illegally kidnapping him, if you apologize to Sunlay later, we won't pursue the matter further. The moment Brother Bao hears this, he bursts out laughing. Haha, you've got guts. Then his face darkens. I, Black Panther, have been in the underworld for over a decade. No one has ever dared insult me like this. MC calmly replies, if I win, the debt is completely written off, right? Brother Bao laughs again. You're arrogant. He points toward the arena. If you actually win, not only will the debt disappear, I'll kneel and call you grandpa. Soon the whole group heads toward the underground boxing arena. The girl looks nervous. She has no idea how strong MC really is. Meanwhile, Brother Bao grins proudly. He also has no idea what kind of nightmare is about to hit. MC steps into the fighting arena. His opponent immediately mocks him. Come here, little brat. The referee steps forward. Begin. The opponent moves first with a heavy punch flying straight toward MC. The girl instantly panics and shuts her eye, but the next moment, MC suddenly appears in midair. Bang! The opponent smashes violently into the corner wall instead, clutching his head in pain as blood slowly trickles down. Meanwhile, MC stands on the opposite side, smiling calmly, almost teasing him. The man's eyes instantly turn red with rage. Roaring furiously, he charges at MC once again. And MC remains completely calm. My guy didn't even break a sweat. This is going to be a very short fight. So Jiang's looking sharp in a dark suit, standing over this guy who's absolutely wrecked, and you can just tell he knew how this was gonna end before it even started. The martial artist's face is a mess, bruised, bleeding, the whole thing. But he still charges with this desperate, YAHHH, like that's gonna do something. Leaps into the air for a flying punch, which looks cool in theory, but in practice. Bro. Jiang just casually raises one hand and catches it in his palm like he's swatting a fly. Then a knee to the gut that makes blood spray out of the guy's mouth, followed by a kick to the face that sends him flying clean out of the ring. He lands right at the feet of this tattooed bald guy smoking a cigar who clearly thought he was the biggest predator in the room. Cigar drops out of his mouth, eyes go wide, and he's stammering, this is impossible. Jiang looks down at him with this confident smirk and says, someone who hasn't even entered the blood in Qi realm is considered an expert. Bald guy loses it, pulls out a gun, aims it right at Jiang, screaming about death being at his door and sending him to see his grandma. Yian's behind him panicking, yelling, big brother Jiang, look out. And Jiang is just standing there calmly holding an apple with a knife stuck, because nothing says I'm not worried like playing with fruit while someone's pointing a gun at. He gives this relaxed little smile and says, I really don't want to kill anyone, but you forced my hand. Kind of warning people never take seriously until it's too late. Flicks his wrist. The apple turns into a deadly projectile, hits the bald guy square in the chest, gun fires wild into the air. Guy flies backward, and someone in the crowd yells, murder. Someone's been murdered. The two lackeys see their boss dead on the floor and instantly drop to their knees, begging, the classic, I have an 80-year-old mother to support and young hungry children routine. Every thug suddenly becomes a devoted family man when they're about to get folded. Then this older distinguished guy with a mustache, Uncle Feng, steps up and says he can handle the security camera footage. He just wants to make a friend and help each other out. Jiang agrees, and Uncle Feng turns to the murmuring crowd, takes a sip of tea, and casually drops, no one will think you're mute if you don't speak. The kind of gentle threat that only someone with real power can deliver. Yian's watching from a distance with her hands over her mouth, face all flushed, thinking big brother Jiang is actually this amazing. Meanwhile, Uncle Feng's watching Jiang with this calculating smirk thinking, oh, not simple at all. Next day at the Feng family estate, everyone's gathered around this huge breakfast spread, but the atmosphere is tense. The kind of tension that makes expensive food taste like card. The younger sister-in-law is angrily stabbing her food, glaring, complaining that her sister's been staying at a hotel because of it. Jiang just stands up, says, I'm full, I'm going out for a walk, and walks toward the doors while she's watching his back, vowing to make him get the hell out of their house. The confidence of someone who has no idea what she's dealing with. Uncle Feng catches him in the hallway with a brown document folder, says Yian needs it urgently. So Jiang heads to this massive glass building, walks into the lobby, tells the receptionist he's delivering a document to President Feng, and she guides him to the elevator. Then this tall guy in a trench coat, sunglasses, and a cap steps out of the elevator and brushes right past him. Jiang's eyes narrow and this fierce red glint flashes across his pupil, assassin instincts kicking in. He looks back at the guy walking away and instantly recognizes him. Black Phantom, an international A-rank assassin, notorious rapist. He's thinking, why would someone like that come to Wuling? Could he be here hunting for women? The elevator doors close in front of Jiang, and that's where we're at. So Jiang Hao walks into this modern, sunlit office holding a brown folder, and Yian's sitting at this sleek, curved desk with her back, doing the whole power pose thing that says, "I'm important, and you should probably not." She turns around looking annoyed, wearing this elegant off-the-shoulder pink top and pearl necklace like she just stepped out of a fashion magazine right before an argument, and she hits him with, "I hope you can knock first next time and wait for permission before entering." Corporate politeness, that's really just a fancy way of saying you're not welcome. Jiang Hao doesn't even flinch, just steps forward and hands over the folder saying, "The documents you asked for," like it's nothing. No apology, no explanation, just business. She takes them with a slight frown and tells him he can leave now, the dismissal clear as day, but he's not the type to take hints. He smirks at her, this confident, teasing expression, and says, "Yian, is this how you treat your guests?" The question just hangs there like a challenge wrapped in charm. She looks stressed and starts with "I," and her voice softens, that kind of hesitation that says she's not as in control as she pretends to. His expression turns more serious, and he tells her Wuling isn't safe right now. Don't go running around outside if you have no business doing so. Not a suggestion, it's a warning from someone who knows what's out there. He turns and walks out, and she calls after him, calling him petty for a man, saying he cursed a girl with such vicious words. He says without looking back that he didn't curse her, just be careful. Advice that sounds simple but carries weight. Cut to the city streets. This sleek red McLaren sports car screeches to a halt with tires smoking, narrowly missing some pedestrian who jumps back in shock. The kind of entrance that says, "I have money and terrible impulse control." Jiang Hao's just standing on the sidewalk watching, hands in his pockets, as the window rolls down and Heiyaming smiles bright, calling out, "Hey, Jiang Hao." The enthusiasm is very clearly one-sided. Jiang Hao walks up asking flatly what he wants. Heiyaming excitedly invites him to a racing meet in their car circle, and Jiang Hao turns away saying he's not interested in racing, which would shock anyone who knew what he was capable of. Heiyaming leans out trying to sweeten the deal with half of a 1 million prize money. Jiang Hao pauses, thinking about how he doesn't have much cash on hand right now and does have places where he needs money. Practical realities of life intruding on the assassin's world. He stops, turns back, puts a hand on the car door, confirms the deal. Heiyaming grins confidently, and Jiang Hao hops in. The red McLaren revs and peels out, leaving dark tire marks, the kind of exit that turns heads. Now we're at this massive outdoor racing circuit in a mountainous desert back. A white Mercedes AMG and a yellow Ferrari LaFerrari are already parked. Cars that cost more than most people's houses and go faster than most people's common sense. There's a crowd of muscular men and beautiful women, the kind of crowd that exists to look impressed and occasionally hook up with drivers. Heiyaming's red McLaren pulls up, and this large, intimidating guy calls out asking who the bro is. Heiyaming introduces Jiang Hao. One of the muscled guys bursts out laughing, says he was wondering who it was. Turns out he's the future live-in son-in-law of the Feng family, the one who snatched the future wife of the Wan family's young master. The mockery is thick enough to cut. Another guy chimes in with a mocking grin, calling him a pretty boy. Wait, dark boy, saying he's got some tricks they've all heard, and that it's a good thing his dad died because old Feng wouldn't have had the heart to marry his daughter off to him otherwise. The cruelty is so casual. Jiang Hao glares at the muscular guy, eyes narrowing, demanding, "Boy, what did you just say?" The temperature just dropped several degrees. The muscular guy smirks right back in his face, saying it's his mouth and he'll say whatever he wants. The confidence of a man who has no idea he's standing next to a volcano about to erupt. Jiang Hao doesn't flinch, just says, "Very well." Two words that sound like a promise. Heiyaming steps in trying to defuse, pulling Jiang Hao aside, whispering that the guy is Lord Lei's illegitimate son, Lei Ziohu, not to be messed with. Jiang Hao's gaze stays fixed on the target, a dark smirk forming as he murmurs, "So it's him." Perfect. The kind of perfect that means someone's about to have a very bad day. Lei Ziohu is leaning on his car window, flexing his massive tattooed arms, sneering about how they've got some nerve asking to start with, and he'll let them watch the consequences of offending Lord. The arrogance of someone who's never met their match. Inside the red McLaren, Jiang Hao asks who the other one is, and Heiyaming says that's Jin Shixuan, young master of the Jin family, an acknowledged racing expert, a title that means nothing to someone who's faced death on every continent. Jin Shixuan is sitting in his car looking incredibly bored and arrogant, resting his head against the seat with a dismissive HMP8, the complete disinterest of someone who thinks he's already won. The three supercars line up on a winding mountain road, this woman in a crop top and shorts standing in front with two red flags shouting, "Ready." The kind of start that separates the drivers from the passengers. She drops the flags, counts down, slams her hand on the hood of the red McLaren, and the cars launch forward with a deafening roar. The sound of horsepower and poor life choices. The yellow Ferrari takes an early lead, drifting sharply around the first corner. The three cars tear up the mountain pass, tires screeching around this treacherous cliffside turn. The yellow Ferrari stays in front, red McLaren and white Mercedes following close. Inside the red McLaren, Heiyaming's gripping the wheel, sweat on his brow, grumbling that if they keep running like this they'll come in dead last, asking why this guy is slowing down to yield, saying he must be trying to mess with him on the track. The paranoia of someone who's been burned before. The cars race dangerously close to the rocky cliff face. Heiyaming complains that the lunatic in front wants to play them, that getting a placement will be hard enough, let alone getting down the mountain unscathed. Jiang Hao, just sitting calmly in the passenger seat, retorts, "Don't just talk, if you're so good, you drive." Then he casually reaches across, shoves Hae-young toward the passenger seat, says, "Get in the back, I'll drive." Hae-young panics, flailing, looking absolutely terrified, screaming, "Are you fucking sick in the head? Are you looking to die?" A reasonable response from someone who just lost control of their vehicle to a man they barely know. Unbothered, Jiang Hao takes the wheel, grabs a bottle of water, and starts drinking it casually while steering with one hand. The kind of casual confidence that separates legends from lunatics. Hae-young loses his mind, yelling that there's a W-shaped sharp turn 30 meters ahead, and he's drinking water while driving. The panic is justified, the response is not. The red McLaren suddenly accelerates, rushes up behind the leading cars, and Jiang Hao smirks, saying not to panic, because the good show is just beginning. Hae-young looks out the window with his jaw dropped, saying he originally thought he was a country bumpkin, but Big Bro actually knows how to drive. The realization hitting him like a ton of bricks. Inside the yellow Ferrari, Raizel, who looks in his rearview mirror, shocked to see the red McLaren catching up, cursing and wondering if Feng Hae-young actually improved. The kind of shock that comes from realizing your opponents aren't where you left. He grips the wheel with this wicked grin, saying at the next W-shaped turn, he's going to make him flip over. The confidence of a predator who doesn't realize he's become the prey. As they approach the dangerous turn, Raizel, who realizes the red McLaren is right on his tail, and calculates that there's not enough space to overtake. A reasonable assumption based on normal driving and sane people. The red McLaren suddenly jerks sideways, perfectly drifting the corner right beside the yellow Ferrari. The maneuver is flawless, executing a high-speed drift on the outer edge of the curve. The kind of move that makes professional drivers weep with envy. Someone watching marvels, saying this maneuvering and drift, even a professional racer can't compare. The admiration of those who recognize greatness. The red McLaren easily overtakes the yellow Ferrari, pulling ahead as they exit the turn. Inside the yellow Ferrari, Raizel, whose face contorts with rage and disbelief, yelling "What?" with sweat pouring down his face as he watches the red car pull away. The look of a man whose entire worldview just got flipped upside down. He grits his teeth, eyes filled with fury and a hint of madness, calling Jiang Hao a fucking lunatic, but saying even if he dies he won't beat him. The desperation of someone who's never lost before and doesn't know how to handle it. The two cars speed along the mountain edge, the red McLaren pushing the yellow Ferrari dangerously close to the guardrail, sparks flying as tires screech. The kind of aggressive driving that makes insurance adjusters weep. Inside the McLaren, Hae-young's holding on for dear life, face pale with terror, screaming that there's a cliff ahead and to hurry up and stop the car. The panic of a man who's certain he's about to die. The red McLaren gets forced to the edge, back tires screeching just inches from a broken guardrail overlooking. Steep drop, then it expertly drifts around the final turn, leaving the yellow Ferrari struggling behind. Close-up shows the yellow Ferrari's tire skidding violently on the wooden planks of a barrier. Jin Shixuan smirks confidently like he thinks he's still in control. Then Jiang Hao's eye is shown in tight close-up, a glowing red energy trailing from his pupil as he focuses with lethal precision. The kind of focus that comes from years of hunting and being hunted. The car changed its direction towards somewhere else. Inside, the man panicked and screaming, but crashing already happened. The car flying above MC's car. I really hope nothing bad happens to the guy, you know what I mean. MC just didn't care to help him. Inside red car, MC praising Hae-young's driving skills. He actually won the championship. Hae-young is just lodging and telling his cousin that he is well informed. It just so happens I am treating Brother Crow to a meal today. Come along, let's treat it as a celebration. On the other side of the line, cousin said there is no time like the present. Hurry over right now, kid. Like talking to his own boy. But the dude confused and asked about another day. He said he will treat him well, because in his car his brother-in-law, Jiang Hao, is sitting. To respose, cousin said to bring him also, cause he wants to see and meet this mysterious brother Hao. And our boy's friend inviting him to the meal. My boy didn't think twice and said no. But Hae-young didn't let him off that easily and says if he doesn't come, his cousin tells the relatives you're putting on airs. It will make my dad look bad, right? Protagonist nodded and eventually agreed. In the luxuries hospital, Zio, who is hospitalized and his mom is worried sick. His dad and two bodyguards stand still. His dad burning with rage, thinking to himself, that kid from the Feng family dared to drive and injure my precious son. I will take both his legs. But his son denied it wasn't him. He saw it when he crashed. The one driving was our boy. His dad asked, is it really Jiang Hao? That live-in son-in-law of the Feng family really is something else. His dad thinks that he will make sure he doesn't live to see tomorrow's sun, and pointing his finger, his guard instructed everything. Zio, who this bastard is smiling, while really thinks that our guy is really weak and have no background. Time passes MC, and his dude enters Jinghua Hotel, Heaven Room 9. Group of people are waiting, and they are happy because it took so long time to come here. The dude introduces his cousin to our boy. Green-head cousin welcomes him politely. As they sit around the circle table, one of them said you really can't judge a book by its cover. My guy thinks to himself that Feng family broke off the engagement with the Wan family, because they found alive in son-in-law who looks like Panen, but he didn't expect him to be so ordinary. This kid's ancestral graves must be emitting green smoke for this rooster to turn into Phoenix. Our boy's friend said everyone's sitting here. Brother, how you are new to Wuling, and you will naturally need everyone's care in the future, so why aren't you offering a toast to everyone? But MC rejects without thinking. This bulk redhead dude is pouring wine like his mod break because of MC's presence. The bottle is filled more than enough. Redhead thinks refusing to drink in front of me, Crow, means you are looking down on me, and passes the wine to the MC. The friend worries and encourages his brother to calm down, and this glass holds a full half gin. Maybe he will share with me. Greenhead grins, humming, this has nothing to do with you. Brother Crow is angry and saying anything more is just disrespecting Brother Crow's face. Internally thinking, Jiang, you scumbag. You ruined my marriage alliance between the Feng and Wan families, causing me to lose my business with the Wan family. I am definitely going to teach you a good lesson today. Our boy says, what happens if I drink this glass of wine? Redhead says that means you are giving me a crow some face while smoking. Redhead declares, you drink 1 glass, I will drink 1. If you drink 10, then I will match you 10 glasses. My boy puts a bottle of alcohol and drinks that in one go while Redhead wondering what is his plan. Then my guy finishes that and asks him do the same. People around in shock that bottle actually holds tree gin, but how drink it like it is nothing? Redhead is angrily asks if he is trying to scare him. And he drinks that also like crazy. But fortunately he didn't finish that in one go, and his dudes come to help him, but he just brushed them off. Greenhead scolds our boy, you hide your depths well. Having such a high tolerance for alcohol yet you keeping it hidden, do you think we are easy targets, playing us like fools? Even though you are my future cousin-in-law, I stand with reason, not family. Redhead says angrily, you son of a mother. You dare to play me, believe it or not, I will actually kill you right now. MC just casually saying you brought this upon yourself. But Redhead throws that bottle. The bottle coming and MC didn't flinch. He just dodges that attack like it is nothing, and casually throws the one on his head to Redhead. That perfect hit knock him on his head. Everyone stand warring if Redhead is okay, while Greenhead scolds MC like you dared to strike Brother Crow, you really tired of living right. Redhead shouts, damn it, call our guys over here. I will show him what hell looks like and also bring some weapons too. Meanwhile MC just eating his food and his friend worried and said, you have stirred up a huge mess, dude. This Brother Crow has so many underlings you cannot beat them all. Our boy mentions that he came here to eat. His stomach isn't full yet, so why he shouldn't eat right. That makes sense. The door bang opens, the group of people are coming in. Everyone in panic in that room except our boy. He is just eating like it is his last meal, while gang with their weapons staring at them. Helming was terrified because the man who just arrived was Ma Chong-chin, famous underground king, prominent scar across his face, walking straight for Brother Crow with genuine concern. Is your injury serious? You should get that bandage. But Brother Crow refused coldly. I don't need bandages. Kill that man right in front of my eyes. Ma Chong-chin agreed instantly and strode straight at the MC, face twisted with rage. How dare you offend my brother? Today I'm going to kill you. Swung his sharp weapon directly at MC's head, except MC caught the blade between 2 fingers, stopping it dead. Then he raised his head slightly, revealing his face. The moment Ma Chong saw it, his soul straight up left his body. Next second, he dropped to his knees and desperately begged for his life. Mr. Jiang, I had no idea it was you. Everyone present froze. The feared underground king kneeling and pleading. Unbelievable. Even Brother Crow was confused, shouting, what's wrong with you, Ma Chong? Did you take the wrong medicine? Ma Chong immediately glared at him and ordered him silent. Inside his head, he vividly remembered witnessing MC kill Black Panther in the underground arena and demolish that Japanese samurai. Plus, Master Jing had made it crystal clear after that incident. No one breathes a word about what happened there. MC calmly said, good thing you recognized me. Otherwise, your corpse would be lying here too. Ma Chong gratefully thanked him for sparing his life. MC waved him off, stand up, don't interrupt my meal, leave. Ma Chong respectfully thanked him again and prepared to bounce, but Brother Crow stopped. No one is leaving. Ma Chong turned and warned, Crow, you're making a huge mistake. You've picked a fight with the wrong person. If you want to live, leave this place immediately. He remembered Master Jing's order, absolute secrecy about the underground arena, but Brother Crow refused to listen, loudly announcing a 1 million reward for anyone who killed MC. That massive bounty shocked even Ma Chong's own companions, and tempted by the money, they stepped forward to attack. Before they could get close, Ma Chong himself attacked them and blocked their path. If you want to stay alive, leave quiet. Otherwise, whatever happens next isn't my responsibility. And if anyone dares disrespect Mr. Jiang again, they'll answer. Fear spread through the group. Ma Chong led his people away. Brother Crow also started leaving, but before exiting, he glared at MC and said through clenched teeth, this isn't over yet, just wait. Then he stormed out, Scene shifted elsewhere. A news report played on a mobile phone. Last night, one of the city's top 3 female middle school students was brutally murdered after being assaulted. The crime scene is located only 1 kilometer from the school. Police are making every effort to solve the case and urge women to minimize unnecessary outings to protect their safety. The report was being watched by the very man responsible for the crime. While casually drinking alcohol, he muttered, "Although yesterday's student was pure, she wasn't very exciting. More mature women are still better." Just then, he received a phone call. Someone asked if he'd completed his mission. The man replied he still hadn't found the person who killed his brother, Black Panther. "No matter what," he said, "I'll find that man and make him pay the price." Meanwhile, another man sitting inside a car spoke to him over the phone. "You really haven't been doing your actual work. You've been running around chasing women again. Wishing is the birthplace of martial arts, and nobody knows how many hidden masters are there. Be careful." Black Butterfly just sent the latest intelligence. The 3 S-rank assassins hired by the Chu family have already entered Wishing's territory. Hearing this, the man was visibly surprised. In that case, it seems Brother He won't be able to make a move this time. The person on the other end warned him again. "I'm warning you. She is currently the focus of the dark world. Don't become overconfident." The man casually replied, "Relax, I know exactly what I'm doing." Just then, someone knocked on his door. Maintaining full caution, he approached while holding a pistol fitted with a suppressor. After opening it, another man entered and respectfully addressed him as Second Master. "So I finally get to see you," the visitor said. Second Master nodded. "Come inside and talk." He immediately asked, "Tell me, who killed my brother?" The visitor answered, "It was a country bumpkin named Feng Wu. He's the living son-in-law of the Feng family." Second Master frowned. How strong could a mere living son-in-law possibly be? The visitor then showed him surveillance footage along with a photograph of Jiang Hao. "Of course, he can't compare to you, Second Master. However, this living son-in-law is quite handsome. People say his looks aren't inferior even to famous celebrity." The moment Second Master looked at the photo, vile thoughts crossed his mind. "Then I'll capture him," he sneered. "I'll capture his fiancée, violate her right in front of Jiang Hao, and then kill her." Story shifted back to MC. He was heading somewhere to buy a gift and thought to himself, "There's still plenty of money left from what I earned over the past few days. After helping the Red Wolf family, I'll buy an ancient painting as a gift for Master." Soon he arrived at Langian Pavilion. After entering, he looked around at the various antiques and artworks on display. Before long, his attention was drawn to a particular painting. A staff member walked over and explained, "This is picture of green pines created by the Wood Dynasty painter Jian Guang." Several other customers gathered around, admiring it and praising its quality. Suddenly, MC calmly declared, "This painting is fake." Everyone nearby was stunned. The employee immediately exclaimed, "This gentleman is saying our painting is fake." He then looked at MC seriously and said, "Sir, our establishment is a time-honored brand. You'll have to pay the price for making accusations like that." MC calmly replied, "The genuine cannot become fake and the fake cannot become genuine. Why would I slander you?" The employee responded confident, "Our shop offers triple compensation for any counterfeit item purchased. In hundreds of years of business, we have never sold a fake." MC pointed directly at the painting and said, "Triple compensation for a fake, is that right? Then I want this paint. And while you're at it, tell your boss to come downstairs." The MC didn't hesitate for a sec. He walked straight over to the painting hanging on the wall, carefully took it down, rolled it up, and tucked it under his arm like it was his all along. Earlier, he'd already asked if the boss was coming downstairs. The servant gave him the standard brush off. "The boss is in a meeting on the 5th floor. No time for guests today." But my guy wasn't having any of that. He started climbing the stairs and casually dropped, "If he won't come down, then I'll go straight up." Simple as that. Scene cuts to the boss's room. Inside, 2 guests are sitting there and the boss is proudly showing off a paint. They're laying it on thick. Oh, the quality, the artistry, absolutely magnificent. You know the type. Then the MC walks in. The boss is startled and immediately goes into defensive mode. "This is a restricted area. Please leave immediately, sir." But the MC ignores him completely, walks straight to the table, looks the boss dead in the eye and drops the bomb. "I bought a fake painting in your store. I'm here for an explanation." And just like that, the temperature in the room drops. The boss's face darkens. He's furious. "Nonsense. My Longyan Pavilion has had a flawless reputation since day one. How could there possibly be a fake?" The 2 guests jump in to back him up. First guy, "Young man, you've caused enough trouble. Apologize now." Second guy, "That's right. If Brother Zhao gets serious, it'll be too late for regrets." But the MC, cool as a cucumber. He places the painting on the table, unfolds it, and says confidently, "Go ahead, reappraise it yourself. See if it's real or not." The boss narrows his eyes. "If the appraisal shows you're slandering us, don't blame me for being ruthless." The MC shrugs. "I'll be at your disposal." The old boss picks up a magnifying glass and starts examining the painting carefully. After a while, he gets more confident and declares loudly, "This painting is clearly authentic. Where exactly do you see that it's fake?" The MC smile. "Are you sure?" The old man snorts and turns to the guests. "You two take a look too. Let's not allow this youngster to spread rumors that Longyan Pavilion deals in counterfeits." The two guests step up and inspect. First one nods. This is indeed an authentic work by Jing'an. Second one agrees immediately. Exact. I don't know if you're intentionally smearing us or just pretending to understand something beyond your ability. They're all parroting the boss's opinion. The MC just shakes his head. I thought since you call yourselves antique experts, you'd have at least some knowledge, but now it seems you're nothing special. And that did it. All three of them explode. Insolence, the first guest shouts. I didn't want to argue with you, but you're becoming more and more unreasonable. The second guest adds, this is completely intolerable. The MC calmly points to a specific spot on the paint. Look here, examine this place carefully and see if anything feels wrong. The old boss lifts the magnifying glass again, zooms in on the spot, studies it for a while and frowns. There's obviously no problem here. What kind of trick are you playing? The MC smiles confident. Although this painting is a fake, the copier's imitation skills are extraordinary. If I hadn't been careful, even I might have been fooled. The only flaw in this copy is that it's too perfect. It doesn't have the slightest imperfection. But Jing'an's paintings always contain minor flaws. A fake is still a fake. Even if it surpasses the original, it remains a counterfeit. The boss sneers. So stubborn. Fine, I'll let you die knowing the truth. One of the guests scoffs. A copy surpassing the original? What nonsense. The old boss makes a phone call. Bring me Jing'an's authentic painting and a magnifying glass with over 10 times magnification. Bring them upstairs immediately. A short while later, the genuine painting arrives. Now the authentic one and the fake one from Longyan Pavilion are placed side by side. The old boss folds his arm. You're not going to claim that this landscape painting is fake too, are you? The MC shakes his head. This one is definitely authentic. He explains, although both paintings have a similar artistic style, the landscape painting contains subtle flaws hidden within its brush stroke. Meanwhile, the green pine painting is simply too perfect, no flaws whatsoever. The MC raises the magnifying glass. If you don't believe me, use this and compare them carefully. The old boss complies immediately, and as soon as he examines them closely, his eyes go wide. The copier actually surpassed the original painter. The two guests take another look. After examining the paintings, one of them sighs deep. We've studied calligraphy and paintings for decades, yet we still failed to realize this was a fake. The second guest shakes his head in embarrassment. This is truly shameful. And that's the moment they realize, just moments ago they were mocking the MC for lacking knowledge. In reality, the three of them were the ones who couldn't see the truth. The MC had completely exposed their ignorance. Seeing that the matter's settled, the MC calmly says, since it's been confirmed that this painting is fake, Longyan Pavilion should honor its promise and compensate me 3 times the purchase price. Correct. The old boss nods immediately. Of course, this old man's shop has been operating for decades. How could I go back on my word? The MC replies, there's no need to transfer money. Just allow me to choose a painting of equal value instead. The old boss agrees without hesitation. The MC walks through the room and stops in front of another painting. He looks at it carefully. This one isn't bad. It's a pity its value should be around 2 million. My compensation isn't quite enough. The old boss smiled. Then I'll cover the remaining 800,000 for you. No need to pay it back. The MC looks at him suspiciously. The old gentleman is certainly generous. There aren't any strings attached, are there? The old boss glances at the painting and chuckles. I simply want to make friends with you, young man. The MC is slightly surprised. After a brief pause, he nods. All right then, I accept you as a friend. And with that, he turns around and leaves Longyan Pavilion. As soon as he's gone, one of the guests asks, Brother Zhao, you possess such a prominent status. Why would you spend so much money just to befriend a junior? The old man smiles knowingly. Jiang Hao's eyesight is at least 10 times sharper than ordinary people. His martial talent must be equally extraordinary. Spending 800,000 to make friends with someone like him. I'm actually the one gaining a huge advantage. Smart old man, right? Scene shifts. The MC returns home. Uncle Feng and the rest of the Feng family are gathered around the dining table eating dinner. As soon as he walks in, Uncle Feng smiles. Jiang Hao, you're back just in time. Come eat with us. The MC walks over and takes a seat. The moment Grandpa notices the painting in his hand, his eyes widen. Jiang Hao, is that a calligraphy painting in your hand? The MC nods. Yes, I just bought it at Longyan Pavilion. Hearing those words, Grandpa is instantly shocked. How did you get into Elder Zhao's store? There are too many fakes on Antique Street these days. Young people shouldn't be so easily fooled. Let me take a look. The MC calmly replies, rest assured, I already had it appraised. It's authentic. Grandpa frowns immediately. Before he can say anything, Uncle Feng looks surprised too. And then Aunt Feng speaks up. Even if it's authentic, where did you get the money to buy a painting? The Feng family hasn't been funding. Just then, Feng Helming jumps in. Mom, Brother Jiang helped me win a race. But his mother cuts him off immediately. Shut up. The MC explains. I found a fake at Longyan Pavilion, so they compensated. Elder Zhao also helped cover the remaining amount because he wanted to make friends. The moment Grandpa hears that, he snorts, full of lies. Zhao Chenjing is a famous figure in the antique world. Why would someone like him need help from a junior like? Aunt Feng shakes her head. Dad, I don't mind Jiang Hao being poor, but for him to boast and exaggerate so wildly, that shows a serious character problem. How can my daughter marry someone like the MC stands up immediately. His expression remains completely indifferent. I'm telling the truth. If you don't believe me, there's nothing I can do. I'm done eating. I'm going upstairs to rest. True to his personality, he doesn't care what anyone thinks. He just turns and walks away. Uncle Feng hurries after him. Jiang Hao, but the MC doesn't even stop. Aunt Feng says coldly, look, this is the person you chose. Uncle Feng sighs deep. I owe Jiang Hao's father my life. No matter what happens, I won't abandon. I'll find an opportunity to have a proper talk with him later. Scene shifts back to Longyan Pavilion. Elder Zhao is staring at the fake painting. At that moment, a man named Feng enters the room. Elder Zhao asks, how did the investigation go? Turns out he secretly investigated the MC's background. Feng respectfully reports, Master, Jiang Hao is indeed the living son-in-law of the Feng family. The old man nods. Feng, I know it's rare for someone to reach the early stage of blood and Kai cultivation before the age of 30, but Jiang Hao must absolutely not be underestimated. Remember that. Feng looks doubtful. Master, it's not that I'm underestimating him, but everyone in the Feng family except Feng Wing looks down on this live-in son-in-law. The old man replies firmly. Feng, do something for him. Scene shifts again to the Feng family. Feng has already arrived there. Present are Grandpa Feng, Uncle Feng, and Uncle Feng's wife. Grandpa Feng looks at the invitation in his hand and asks in disbelief, you're saying this is an invitation? Elder Zhao asked you to personally deliver it, inviting the entire Feng family to attend the Zhao family banquet on the 10th of next month. Feng nods. That's correct. Uncle Feng immediately asks, may I ask why Elder Zhao invited all of us to his family banquet? Feng's expression turns serious. Why ask so many questions? Do you not want to attend? Uncle Feng's wife quickly smiled. Young man, please don't be angry. We were simply curious. Feng glances around the room and suddenly asks, why isn't Jiang Hao at home? The elder's eyes narrow. You know Jiang Hao. And internally, his mind's racing. The Feng family has always wanted to befriend the Zhou family, but never had the opportunity. Why would the Zhou family personally send someone to deliver an invitation at a time like this? Could it be that Hayar wasn't lying after all? The young messenger sits back, leaning on his hand, and says coldly, the name of Jiang Hao, the live-in son-in-law, has spread all over Willing City. Who doesn't know him? Meanwhile, our MC is sitting in some quiet, normal little place eating dumplings. He's thinking about his next move. It's time to go give a gift to my master. I need to buy some new clothes. I'll check out the mall in a bit. Then someone reaches over and takes one of his dumplings just like that. No warning, no permission. The MC is startled for a second, then says, I bought that steamed bun. Why did you eat it without my permission? The stranger looks at him coldly. You're this angry over eating one of your steamed buns. You killed my brother. How should we settle that debt? The MC stays calm. Who's your brother? The stranger grits his teeth. Black Panther. For my brother's death, I will make you pay back 10 or 100 times over. And just like that, the stranger walks off. The MC's internal alarm bells are ringing. In the eyes of Black Phantom, the Feng family are my weakness. He'll definitely strike at them first. Uncle Feng treats me well, so it seems I must stay. I can't go visit my master just yet. Right on cue, a group of young people shows up, 3 guys and 1 girl. The girl points at Jiang Hao. I already know about you lying to deceive my parents and grandpa yesterday. You are truly morally corrupt. The yellow-haired dude behind her chimes in. So you're the Feng family's live-in son-in-law, Jiang Hao. Seeing you today, you truly live up to your reputation. The MC crosses his arms. I advise you to attend class properly and stop hanging out with these shady. They start shouting, how dare he slander us? Is he tired of living? But the MC just glares at them with cold eyes and points a finger. Whether it's slander or not, you know in your hearts, they're involved in drugs. They'll be arrested sooner or later. The girl gets really annoyed. Are you men or not? The MC turns to leave and she shouts after him. Being slandered like this, yet you act like cowardly turtle. The yellow-haired dude says, let's go, we'll teach him a lesson. And they start following him even out into the street like a pack of stalkers. The MC glances behind him and sees them. Then a bunch of cars come speeding toward him, but he doesn't even flinch. They've got thick wooden sticks, clearly ready to beat him down. And this dude leading them must be their boss, right? The yellow-haired guy and the girl's jaws drop to the ground. He whispers, crazy brother, she says. Are you saying he's Lord Lei's subordinate, Brother Crazy? What are they going to do? One of the bully team members chimes in. Your unmarried brother-in-law must have offended Lord Lei, and Lord Lei sent Brother Crazy to retaliate. The girl is shocked. The yellow-haired guy adds, Brother Crazy is the #1 blade under Lord Lei. Your unmarried brother-in-law is in deep trouble. Now the girl starts panicking. Even though I hate him, he is my brother-in-law after all. Interesting, right? We're finding out who this girl really is. She says in a panic, quick, go plead with Brother Crazy and ask him to let Jiang Hao go. The yellow-haired guy shakes his head. We can't help with this, and we aren't willing to either. Besides, if he dies, wouldn't your sister not have to marry him? Cold logic, but you can't argue with that, right? Meanwhile, my boy is facing the gang alone. Their boss is shameless enough to be holding a knife for just one man. But you know my boy, he's not ordinary. The MC says calmly, what do you want? The gang boss sneered. What do we want? You caused Lord Lei's son Xiaohu to flip his car and get injured, so of course we're here to sever your tendons and cripple you. The MC opens his hands casual. I'll stand here and not move. Come at me. And here we go, the gang boss launches at him. Give me your life. His wife's sister, the girl who was just trash-talking him, covers her face in fear. But my guy, he shows exactly what he's capable of. One kick to the gang boss's face and that boss goes flying straight to where he belongs, the trash. His men rush over. 2 fists can't beat 4 hands. Brothers attack together. But the boss finally understands after that heavenly kick. Quick, take me away. We are not his mat. They grab their boss and drag him to the car, speeding off like coward. The girl can't believe what she just saw. The MC turns back and says cold, if I see you together with Feng Zidong again, I'll skin you alive. The yellow-haired guy is seriously panicking now. You can tell by his reaction that he's just realized who he's dealing with. All the bully team members kneel down. We'll never dare to again. Classic. Scene shifts. Office building. People are coming and going. The MC knocks on a door and someone inside says, come in. Well, look who it is. It's our boy's wife. She says coldly, why are you here? What do you want with? The MC keeps his hands in his pockets, casual as ever. I wanted to remind you that the current situation is special. You can no longer stay in a hotel alone. She jumps up from her chair, shocked. Don't think that just because my dad made you the Feng family's live-in son-in-law, you can dictate my life. Let me tell you, even if I can't marry brother Jiaming right now, it's still possible for me to marry you. The MC just shrugs. Becoming the Feng family's son-in-law was not my request. You should be clear on this. She fires back, indeed, it wasn't your request, but you taking advantage of my dad's guilt towards your dad to emotionally blackmail him is even more despicable than asking directly. The MC's voice was flat, tired. Do you really mind marrying me that much? Feng Yian didn't even blink. Between marrying you and death, I choose death without hesitation. The MC nodded slowly. There's no need for you to harbor all this hatred. From now on, I grant you your freedom, and I pledge never to marry you. If I break this oath, let a thunderbolt from heaven strike. She already had the annulment document ready, shoving it at him. I will never believe you unless you sign this. He didn't argue, just signed. Then said, and now can you head home? It's not safe for you outside at all. She waved him off. I will return, of course. I'll go as soon as my work is finished. The MC left while Feng Yian immediately made a call. Wan Jiaming, I just signed the annulment document with Jiang Hao. The voice on the other end practically purred. Feng Yian, that's wonderful. I can't wait to see you. Night fell. Inside the family house, the family head frowned. Strange. Didn't Feng Yian say she would return for dinner? Why isn't she back yet? Hao, call her to ask. The MC didn't refuse. All right. He dialed. No answer. Strange. She said she'd return after work. Meanwhile, Feng Yian was accompanying a white-suited gentleman who was already grabbing her in a way that screamed red flags. Feng Yian, let me accompany you to the hotel. She pulled back. Wan Jiaming, did you forget? I annulled my engagement to Jiang Hao. I can go home now. Wan Jiaming leaned in, forcing the issue. Feng Yian, you are absolutely beautiful. I want to marry you right now. She deflected. Wan Jiaming, you know I am very conservative. I want to save my virginity for our wedding night. He smirked internally. I didn't expect a stunning woman like you to still be a virgin. It seems I've truly hit the jackpot. Then someone interrupted. A strange man appeared, creepy smile plastered on his face. You'll know who I am very soon. Before either could react, he moved. 2 fingers, just 2, and suddenly neither Feng Yian nor Wan Jiaming could move an inch. Wan gasped. My body. Why can't I move? This is an immobilization technique. The strange man appeared right behind him, grinning. Smart boy to know that this is an immobilization technique. Scene shifted to an old fact. One of his men reported, Second Master, I've kidnapped them already. A big man nodded. Carry them both to the factory building. And then we learned his name, Shangzi. Wan Jiaming's eyes went wide. How are you here? Shangzi grabbed them both by the back of their necks, dragging them forward. The big man asked, what do you know this helpless wretch? Shangzi laughed. He's the boy whose engagement the Feng family annulled. He's practically Jiang Hao's enemy. Wan Jiaming started puffing his chest. Who are you calling helpless? My foster father, Mr. Nai, is the de facto ruler of Willing City. Release us immediately if you want to stay safe. Shangzi moved so fast Wan didn't even see it, chopped his ear clean off, then pulled out a small, sweet-looking object and smiled. Feng Yian shouted, this is a deliberate assault, and you'll be punished with prison if the police catch you. Wan was screaming, my ear. Shangzi's face turned maniacal. They'd have to possess that capability first. He pointed his weapon at her. Did you watch the news a few days ago? That high school student who was assaulted and killed? I was the one who did that. Feng Yian's blood ran cold. So that's why Jiang Hao told me to stay home and not go out at night. He was warning me about this man. Wan Jiaming was sobbing now, crying like a grown child. Second Master, please. As long as you spare my life, I'm ready to do anything. Shangzi snorted. HMPA. As long as you obey orders, I'll spare your life. Wan groveled. Thank you, Second Master. Thank you. Then Shangzi's man Xiangzai dragged in another cap. Second Master, Mr. Zhang V has been waiting for you a long time as well. Zhang V, the third man, glared. Xiangzai, you've hidden yourself well to be able to bring an outside helper this powerful. Shangzi stepped forward. I am Bao's younger brother. You secretly conspired to take over Bao's business and cleared Jiang Hao of the murder charge. It's only natural for me to seek revenge against you." Feng Yiyan and Wan Zhaiming exchanged shocked glances. "Jiang Hao, how could he kill the underworld leader, Black Tiger?" Zhang V laughed. "Since you seek revenge for your brother, why don't you go find Jiang Hao? I understand. You're afraid of Jiang Hao too." Shangzi laughed harder. "You think Jiang Hao is strong? I'll make you watch shortly as Jiang Hao kneels before me, begging and pleading for my forgiveness." Zhang sneered. "You're just bluffing. If you were truly brave, you wouldn't have kidnapped me while I slept and you dare to face my men." Shangzi's grin widened. "I'll grant your wish. Xiang Zai, call him and let him ask his men to come save him." Then Shangzi grabbed Feng Yiyan by the chin. "My beauty, you are truly enchanting, so much so that I can't wait any longer." She spat. "Get away from me and take your filthy hands off." He choked. "Your fiancé, Jiang Hao, killed my brother, so I will assault you right before his eyes." She didn't back down. "You will get your punishment." Shangzi pulled out his phone and dialed. "Jiang Hao, your future wife is in my grasp now. No need to remind you, enchanting women are my favorite." On the other end, the MC's voice was ice. "You'd better release Feng Yiyan, or I will inevitably make you suffer the deepest regret." Shangzi laughed. "You have only 1 hour. If you don't show up, I'll do whatever I please with this beautiful fiancé of yours." The MC hung up, grabbed whatever he could find, then jumped straight out the window, not the door, and started leaping from rooftop to rooftop like a damn ninja. Back at the factory, Wan Zhaiming was still crying. "Second master, I am certain that coward Jiang Hao won't dare to show up. Please release me." Shangzi raised an eyebrow. "Release you, so you won't care about your beloved woman then?" Feng Yiyan's internal thoughts were grim. "Brother Wan Zhaiming is incapable of saving me, and I fear Jiang Hao won't dare to show up either. If this lecher dares to assault me, I'll bite my tongue to end my life. I will never settle for living in disgrace." Then a group of gang members showed up behind Shangzi. Zhang V's men. Zhang called out, "Crow Chin, I'm all right. He just sealed my pressure points." The gang shouted, "Shangzi, how the hell do you dare to conspire with this ugly freak to kidnap 5th Master Zhang? It seems you've grown tired of living." Shangzi didn't flint. "Go to your men. Without using you as a hostage, they won't dare to face me with their full strength. My brothers, let's sever the limbs of this Shangzi and that ugly freak. Bind them and bring them here." Zhang stood tall. "I respect your courage as a man, and I will advise my men later to leave your body intact after you die." He started walking away, his gang surging forward. "Kill them all." Shangzi's man panicked, but Shangzi just pulled a knife from his pocket. One swing and the first gang member dropped dead. Then he moved like a demon, tearing through them one by one, dodging sneak attacks from behind, finishing most of the gang in seconds. The red-haired leader and his friend stood frozen, jaws dropped, trembling. They couldn't believe one man had such strength. Then the red-haired bastard pulled out a pistol. "No matter how great your damn strength is, I want to see if you can face my weapon." He fired. The bullet sliced clean in half by Shangzi's knife, which then shot 2 gang members right behind him. Shangzi turned with a cold expression, knife pointed at Zhang's throat. Cold sweat dripped down Zhang's face. Even Feng Yiyan thought, "It seems no one is coming to save me." Shangzi smiled. "And now it's your turn." Then stop, I've arrived. The MC stood in the doorway. Shangzi smirked. "It happened exactly as I predict. This fool is ready to defy death to save a woman who has no feelings." Feng Yiyan shouted, "Run, Jiang Hao, quickly. You are no match for him." Shangzi's men roared. "You won't escape. You are the butcher who killed Brother Bao, and today you will pay with your life as an offering to his soul." The MC's face was stone cold. "I truly have no desire to finish you. I'll give you one chance to save your life. Release Feng Yiyan now." Shangzi laughed like a maniac. "Let me tell you, I am looking for death myself. But before I die, I'll enjoy your charming fiancé first." He flicked a small rock, hitting Wan Zhaiming's pressure points. "Boy, your pressure points have been released now. If you want to survive, go now and strip Jiang Hao's wife of her clothes. Strip her completely. Leave nothing on." Feng Yiyan sobbed. "Brother Wan Zhaiming, are you really going to listen to this monster and strip me of my clothes?" Wan couldn't even look at her. "Don't blame me, Feng Yiyan. Second Master will kill me if I don't do this." Shangzi launched his attack at the MC with everything he had. "Before I shatter Jiang Hao's legs, he must be stripped of her clothes entirely." But his moves were painfully obvious. The MC just dodged like it was nothing, found an opening, kicked Shangzi in the back, sending him crashing into the wall. Wan was still reaching for Feng Yiyan. The MC's voice cut through. "If you don't stop now, I will break your fingers one by one." Wan froze. "Yes, I will never dare to do that again." Then the next chapter hit. Feng Yiyan was crying, but internally she was stunned. "I didn't know that Jiang Hao possessed such incredible power." Shangzi scrambled up from the rubble. "You should worry about yourself first. Second Master fell into your trap due to his temporary negligence, so don't think you'll survive." Zhang shouted, "Brother Jiang Hao, his small dagger is sharp enough to cut iron like dough, so be extremely careful." Shangzi lunged, dagger aimed straight at the MC's head. The MC raised one finger, shattered the blade, the same one that sliced a bullet in half. Shangzi's eyes went wide. He tried to run, but the MC caught him and punched his face so hard the enemy flew into the wall, bleeding from his mouth. Shangzi coughed. "Despite your young age, you possess S-rank strength." But the MC's aura flared red. Actually, you're wrong. I moved past S rank long ago and took a step toward transformation. Shangzi dropped to his knees. Senior Jiang Hao, I beg you to give me another chance and I'll leave Willing City immediately. The MC didn't blink. I can't give you a chance, it's too late. Shangzi's face twisted into a freakish grin. He launched himself toward Feng Yian with everything he had left. She screamed, Jiang Hao. The MC's fist connected with Shangzi's head. This time it was hard. Shangzi collapsed, gasping, You. Who the hell are you to possess such immense power? The MC looked down at him. I'm the matrilocal son-in-law of the Feng family. Didn't you know that already? Realization hit Shangzi like a truck. That's impossible. You've already passed away, so how could you return to life? You are the Wolf King. The MC grabbed him by the neck, internal thoughts racing. I can't let him reveal my true identity. He dropped Shangzi's limp body. We'll leave Shangzi to 5th Master Zhang, and of course we ask 5th Master Zhang to help us hide this from the police. Shangzi's man was already kneeling. Have mercy on me, Master Jiang Hao. Have mercy on me, 5th Master Zhang. Zhang nodded gravely. That's a given. If not for you today, Brother Jiang Hao, none of us would be alive. In the future, if you need any help, I'll go through hell and back for you without hesitation. The red-haired leader and his scarred friend knelt. From now on, my life and my brother's life belong to you, Brother Hao. The MC waved them up. Rise, we've turned this page and moved past the dispute. Then he turned to Wan Zhaiming. It is your turn. Wan dropped to his knees, trembling. Jiang Hao, no, I mean grandfather Jiang Hao. There's no grudge between us, so you can't kill me. The MC's eyes narrowed. No grudge. Then why did you send men to kill me last time? Those men have turned into weathered bones, and soon you'll go to the other world to join them. Wan was shaking, cold sweat pouring. Bald-headed brother Qiang and his men. I've already killed them. Do you have any last words? Wan grabbed Feng Yian inappropriately, clutching her. Feng Yian, you know how much I love you. Please save me quickly. She actually spoke up. If you want to kill brother Wan Zhaiming, kill me first. The MC's jaw tight. A man like this claims to love you and you actually believe him. She doubled down. I believe him. Everything brother Wan Zhaiming committed before was solely for the sake of his survival. The MC let out a long breath. I won't kill you. He started walking away, then stopped. But if you dare to breathe a single word of what happened today, I will personally annihilate the entire Wan family. Wan was already prostrating. Thank you, Grandfather Jiang Hao, for sparing my life. Thank you, Grandfather Jiang Hao, for sparing my life. The next day, police swarmed the old factory. Fang Yuying, Dragon Fang Task Force surveyed the scene. After examining the crime scene, it appears all the deceased in the factory were killed in a single instant by this rat. An old man beside her looked down grimly. This person possesses immense power. To what level could his combat abilities reach? The old man shook his head. I fear he has already reached the mid-stage of blood energy, which is equivalent to an A rank according to international classification. And that's where we leave it, bro. The MC just demolished a small army, revealed hints of his true identity as the Wolf King, and walked away like it was nothing. Meanwhile, the authorities are already circling, and Wan Zhaiming is left broken and humiliated. Let's wait for the next chapter. One investigator's checking the body, voice cracked. Master, does this mean the person who killed this A-rank fighter must be at least a rank level themselves? Fang Yuying's already scanning the scene like a detective in a crime drama. Grandpa Zhu, looking at the combat traces. This A-rank warrior didn't even have a chance to strike back. He was utterly crushed. Grandpa Zhu's face goes pale. Yes, I fear the killer has already reached S rank. Fang's brain is doing mental gymnastics, but Willing City is just a small city. How could an S-rank fighter, the equivalent of a human nuclear bomb, end up, and what is his goal? Grandpa Zhu's internal monologue hits. Looking at this style, could it really be him? Long-haired disciple leans in. What is it, master? Grandpa waves him off. At any rate, a murder case committed by an S-rank expert is beyond your team's capability. I will inform team leader Shi Yinan so he can make a decision. Fang nods. All right, thank you for your help, Grandpa Zhu. Grandpa's being cryptic. Your leader Shi Yinan and I have been friends for many years. Since he asked, I cannot refuse to help. But I cannot assist with the investigation work. My disciple Han Feng is sharp and intelligent. He can provide some insights. Han Feng's already simping. I am ready to follow Miss Fang Yuying's orders at any time. Fang shuts that down fast. Thank you for your kindness, Grandpa Zhu and Brother Han Feng. However, the Dragon Fang Task Force has enough members, and we don't require outside help at the moment. Scene cuts to the old man from the fake painting Zhu talking to someone on the other end. That someone is Shi Yinan, Dragon Fang Task Force leader, Brother Zhu. The deceased is known as Black Ghost, a professional assassin in the underworld. Grandpa Zhu's not impressed. I've heard that this Black Ghost was a degenerate by nature, nicknamed the Defiler. Not a single girl he assaulted ever survived. He points a finger. Speaking of which, the student from Willing City's second high school who was killed after being assaulted must have been Black Ghost's victim, wasn't she? She confirmed. That is almost certain. Only DNA matching remains to confirm it. Grandpa's shaking his head. Black Ghost was an inhuman monster. The expert who killed him has rid the people of his evil, but I heard that Black Ghost's activities were restricted to Southeast Asia. Why did he visit Willing City, this small Chinese city? Silence hangs heavy. Then she drops the bombshell. Underworld rumors suggest that the Coles family has spent a fortune to send 3 S-rank experts to China to assassinate the southern boxing master, Chai Kyubai. Grandpa's eyebrow shoots up. Are you implying that Black Ghost was one of the dispatched S-rank experts and was killed by Chai Kyubai in a counterattack? That's impossible. Black Ghost's abilities were only A-rank and never reached S-rank. Even if my eyes have weakened with age, I would never be mistaken about this. She puts his hand on his forehead, clearly stressed. A single A-rank fighter like Black Ghost caused all this chaos in Willing City. Imagine what will happen with 3 S-rank experts coming to China. No one knows what kind of bloody massacre will unfold. Morning hits. Our boy's training in the house, gathering that Monaura energy, straight TBATE vibes, glowing like he's about to unlock a new skill tree. Phone buzzes. He picks up, and this middle-aged dude's practically screaming. Brother Jiang Hao, hurry and save Sister Gunnan and Sunli. MC's calm as ever. Dry your tears first and speak calmly about what happened. Dude's gasping. Sunli got into a dispute with a gang again over work, and they detained him. In her distress, Sister Sun Zin called the police. And while they would have thought that before he could be rescued, the gang kidnapped Sister Sun Zin as well. MC's already plotting. Do you know which gang they belong to? And where did they take Sister Sun Zin's brother? Dude's frantic. I heard them say their name is Night, and Sister Sun Zin and Sun Li have already been sent to Jiangling. MC's internal monologue kicks in. Nightmare is a terrorist organization that harvests living humans born during the dark yin hour, day, month, and year. Their ranks include poison masters, corpse refiners, and others who practice cursed black magic. It doesn't seem like Sun Zin's brother's detention is just a business dispute. More likely, his birth time matches their cursed requirements, so he has been targeted for a while. I intended to travel to Jiangling to visit my master, but the Black Ghost case delayed. Now, visiting has become an absolute necessity. He gets up. I understand the situation, Dong. I will handle this problem myself. Outside, his ex-fiancée is waiting with a red car. Talk about awkward. She says, where are you going? I can give you a lift in my car. MC doesn't refuse. Fine, I want to go to the station. On the road, silence is deafening, then MC breaks it. Thank you for not telling Uncle Feng about me killing those men. If you have something to say, speak without hesitation. She's fidgeting. I am very grateful that you saved my life and brother Wan Jiming's life last time. But you must realize that if you hadn't killed that man's brother, they wouldn't have kidnapped me and brother Wan Jiming. MC's eyebrow twitches. What exactly are you trying to say? Be clearer and speak direct. She doubles down. It's just that I don't want you to use saving my life to force me to tear up the engagement annulment doc and agree to marry you. MC's done with the games. Rest assured, I, Jiang Hao, always keep my promises. I will never resort to cheap tactics to emotionally blackmail a woman. You may not love me, but you have no right to question my integrity. She backtracks. I apologize, I didn't mean that. There is $1 million in cash on this card that I've saved up. Take it to manage your affairs for now. MC shuts that down hard. And what is the meaning of this too? I told you I won't blackmail you, and of course I won't accept your money for what I did. She's pressing. But we live in an era of law now, and you cannot earn a living through fighting and blood. Grandfather forbids the Feng family from assisting you, and you refuse to get a job. You will surely need money at some point. Will you always rely on Hayaming to make money from car racing? MC's not having it. I don't need it. Do I look like someone who's short on cash? She's stubborn. Stop this unjustified stubbornness. I'm doing this for your own good. MC drops the hammer. Since we've already annulled the engagement, my private affairs are no longer your concern. She's blushing red, flustered. Fine. I will never interfere in your private affairs again. Awkward silence creeps back in, then MC drops a warning. I advise you to stay away from Wan Jiming. He is an extremely selfish person whose heart is filled with malice and evil. She snaps. Although brother Wan Jiming acted inappropriately toward you before, he had his reasons and was excusable. Your speaking ill of him in his absence is nothing but pure envy and jealousy of his family and his educational background. MC's done. You stupid woman, stop the car. He gets out, cold as ice, and she's shouting, Jiang Hao, what are you doing? He doesn't even look back. Fend for yourself from now on. She's left in the car, fuming. He is a completely irrational person who cannot distinguish between good and evil.